Sipping and slipping.
I'm sipping, 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 I'm sipping. Sipping, I'm 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 sipping. Sipping, I'm 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 sipping.
This is Sipping with Sammy. I am Mr. Fly Shit Only, the one and only Sipping with Sammy. Sam Malone, Barstool Rug. If you ain't sipping with Sammy, you ain't sipping right. Please get your fucking life together.
Damn, Sammy, you done. Damn, Sammy, you done. Damn, Sammy, you done fucked up.
Because I got high. Because I got high.
We're gonna have. Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
Yep. What's up with y'all, man? As y'all can see, I'm in a good mood. I'm having fun with my soundboard. I'm actually trying to make sure I remember where all the buttons is at while we test for the sound and everything on the streams and make sure that everything is situated. Shout out to y'all. Salute to y'all. Happy Monday. Happy hour. All that flyness. Cheers to you. If you got a drink, sip with me one time. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Following a pretty decent weekend, and we're gonna get that into that in a second. We have a new graphic that has K and Cash added to it, which is very interesting. As I watch C Cash make a U-turn and try to park in front of my house. But now, since he's not in here, and I just gave that away, I do have K in a situation with me. K, how you doing? You good? You over there?
I'm here. Hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
Yeah, because I don't hear you on the mic. There we go.
There we go. Ooh.
Yeah, there you go.
Now I'm spicy.
Now you on. You lit,
Hey.
homie.
K-Cam.
Yeah, what's up with you?
Oh, you know, living the dream.
Yeah? How's the dream going so far?
It's mine, so I make it up as I go.
Oh, man, I guess that means you decent.
Yep.
All right, cool. Glad to have you here today, as usual. For y'all that don't know, she on that side because she handles everything. She over there pushing all the budgets, open the door, all the buttons, working the cameras, which we have a 3-camera setup for those that haven't caught on yet. There's quite a bit going on. We do have one of my co-hosts finally decided to show up for work. He's in here.
Finally.
You know what I'm saying? And we got a special guest. Yeah, come on, man. What the fuck? You being off camera ain't helping. You know what I'm saying? What's up with you, homie? How you? Sammy, bro. Pleasure to meet you. Bye.
Shout out to
Come have a seat,
Tim.
man. Get in the middle.
Shout out to Tim JB83. He said hello from Florida. What's
Yo,
up?
What's up, man? What's up with Florida?
Hello from Philly.
Right, it's hot here. I know it's flaming out there, but y'all used to it.
Yeah.
Y'all used to it. You good, bro?
Yeah.
All right, niggas need beverages and all that. Y'all cool?
We good for right now. We good, yeah.
You good for right now?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all must be groovy already.
No, I'm just waking up. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm just waking up.
I heard that. Well, is that somebody's phone? That's you? Yeah. Silence phones. Put headphones on. Do we have a beat?
Yeah.
You need to. It's okay what it is. But get that situated, or we gonna finish doing what we was doing.
Yep.
Yeah. So, okay, where were we?
We were about to start the weekend recap.
Weekend recap, which you got the best hand in this one.
I definitely do.
Yeah, you won this weekend.
I won for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna send the pic in so that I can show it.
Check you out. Well, the weekend started before that, so while you sending the pic in, you can start at anything you remember before that. Nothing happened before that.
Friday. What did we do on Friday?
You know my mind be as blank as yours. I feel like I made a fire every night this weekend.
You did. Yeah. You had a fire on Friday night. I set that one out.
Yeah, I made the fire pit out the back.
Yep.
Yep.
So I just chilled on Friday night because I got some great news on Friday that I was very excited about.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm trying not to spill the beans on.
Appreciate you. Right, so you get the picture situated?
Exactly.
All right, cool. So,
So why don't you start?
the hell did I have going on this weekend? I don't think I did much, man. My folks was out of town, so I had to make sure I checked on grandma. That was easy lifting. Shout out to my barber for holding her down. Everybody else was at the family reunion. So salute to my family. I'll probably be at the next one.
Thanks.
I don't know. This one was short notice. I don't think they wanted me to come. I found out last minute, but it's all love. My sister found a way to still get her flight in time. So shout out to her for making the effort. I was too poor to do stuff last minute, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't rich.
I know that's right.
But
those last minute flights be expensive.
Expensive, especially when you going somewhere like Carolinas. You be like, I don't want to spend all that to fly there.
Right, where you can normally get like a $200 round trip, John.
Or if you had enough time to plan, you fuck around, it would have just drove and stopped somewhere the night before. And
got a nice rental or something. What are you breaking my set?
What's going on over there?
I ain't had nothing to do with that for me.
Bro, nothing falls on its own.
See cash for y'all, man.
Nothing falls on its own. Introduce yourself to my people now that you situated, man. Go ahead, man.
What's up, man? How y'all, man? My name Boz Beneficial, man. Straight from West Side, man. West Philly, Lansdowne. You know what's going on.
That part in that order.
Cash,
Appreciate
I need you
sliding,
to check
bro.
your mic so I know which one to turn on.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There I go.
Keep talking, bro.
Tap it.
Yo.
Tab it. Do something. Yeah.
That ain't it.
That's not it. No. You
That's
just turn
something
mine
else.
off.
No,
There
I
we go.
didn't. Tap it again.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. All right, so we good.
I'm sorry, y'all.
So we decent.
It's okay. You know, sometimes it takes us a little minute to get situated.
It's okay. Cause
So-
see, that's the thing. I don't even want to talk. I want you to tell this.
I'm ready. I
this
think
is amazing.
ready. All right, y'all. So on Friday
Navigating.
morning, I got news from my mom that so if you haven't been tuning in for a while, my brother and his wife have been pregnant, and I announced that on here back in it was probably like Thanksgiving I found out.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute, obviously. And then on Friday, I got the news that my sister-in-law was being induced. So, welcome to the world, little Lenny.
Congratulations.
Yes. So this is obviously my first niece. My first, the first grandbaby for my parents in general. So everybody is extremely excited.
It's the first grand for both sides, right?
Yes, for both sides. My dad actually went up on Friday when he found out that they were being induced to kind of be there for them and make sure that they had support, watching the dog, all of that stuff.
My family and these dogs, bro.
Yeah, my family likes our dogs. It's fine. And so the other thing that's interesting about this baby is nobody knew. Everybody found out the sex immediately when they found out that she was pregnant, but nobody knew what the gender of the baby was actually going to be. Or not the gender, the name of the baby was actually going to be. So,
Gender.
yeah, I said gender. Whoops. What the name of the baby was going to be. I'm trying to do too many things at once here. And so we had to find
She's
out.
excited.
We had to wait until the birth to find out what the name was going to be. And so the real full name is Helen Margaret Werkheiser Anderson. Werkheiser being my sister-in-law's maiden name, and Helen is my dad's mom's name, and Margaret is my mom's name. So Lenny for short for Helen, but that is the full name of
So she
the
has 4
newest
names.
Anderson. Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, she's. Never mind.
No, my son got 4 names.
See, y'all think I was gonna say white, and I wasn't gonna say white. But what I will say, is,
Don't be a hater.
no, I was about to give up too much information.
Oh.
But what I will say is that I'm going with Hell.
Yeah, like Lenny is.
I'm going with Hell.
I ain't gonna lie, cause
I'm going with
that's
Hell.
a funny nickname for Helen. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, but no, Lenny is fly.
It's fire.
It's fly.
See-
But this is the first grandbaby on both sides, and it has an Aunt K. This baby's gonna be hell on wheels. Probably gonna be a great kid, but it's
Yeah.
gonna be
Facts.
whether that's physically or mentally, you
Yeah.
are gonna get worn out by this child.
Yeah, facts.
I know it.
Yep.
I know
What's
it.
up? More life, more love. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to talk
Exactly.
too much though.
So shout out to Greg and Emily, my brother and my sister. Shout out to Lenny. I'm gonna call her LL Cool J.
No, man, I'm excited for y'all. Congratulations to the whole family, man. That's awesome.
Yes, and we're all extremely excited to meet her, as you can imagine.
And this is one of those things, not to give up too much information, where it took a while to get here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And these are two hard-working couple that's been together since high school. It was time.
Yeah.
They've been married at this point for, I want to say 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And they were together for 10 years before they got married.
So,
yeah.
well
so
deserved.
Fire.
Well
Yeah.
deserved. Like
That's
that's
fire.
that's
Yeah,
dope
that's
as hell.
fire.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely fire.
You know what I mean? So I was excited for y'all. It's dope to see you going through the motions. It's fly.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you
Like
get?
I actually had spoke on that before. Like you know how people be saying you should get married in the first 2-3 years. You should know if you want to marry somebody.
Yeah.
That's that's fake. Like
Yeah,
that's not
everybody
real.
got their own race, man.
Exactly.
Everybody.
And that's two couples we just were talking about that got married and they've been together over 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Without being married. So
Yeah, man.
the marriage is within the relationship, within the bond. You
And
know?
a relationship is about finding out what really works for y'all long term, and not permanently, because shit shifts.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta adjust.
Facts.
So anyway, we do have our guests in the building now that we got all that great news out the way, man. I ain't want to
Everybody
step
weekend
on
done?
it.
We ain't gonna stop the weekend.
I wanted him to start.
Wait.
Alright,
We
alright.
ain't ready for that yet.
We ain't ready for his weekend.
We ain't ready for that part yet
No, for
because
that
I
part.
gotta download some stuff.
He's gonna tell us about his weekend.
Oh, he can tell us
word.
about his weekend. That's fine.
See, let me run my show. Jeez, you put your face on the flyer and start acting crazy.
Hey, yo!
Day one.
Yo,
Day one. I got
For the record,
Yo, why you just flame K like that? That is not cool.
this. She good, man. She don't play it, man. Love K. Love K. But nah, back to you, man. How was your weekend, brother?
Honestly, good, man. I'm tired, though, man. I got 2 kids, man. Shout out my babies.
Oh man,
I be
salute.
father time. If I ain't with them, I be sticking and moving. But recently, I just left a battle with C Cash.
You pulled up.
Yeah, I'm always at his battles. He know what's going on.
Mhm.
Never not. I mean, working entertainment. They know what's going on, though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
That part, in that
self-explanatory.
order, yep.
Yeah, man.
So how was the battle?
It was actually good. I ain't, man, like, it was little slip ups, but we ain't. When something not that worth it, you feel me? It's not really detrimental to it, so it's like that's cool. It happened, but
You gotta ask
I'm
me
a
about
walk
that part.
on him.
I'm asking him first for a reason.
I'm a walk on him. It don't matter. I'm a redeem my man's. I'm a walk on him on the 20th. It's
Oh, so
just
you-
that simple.
Oh, so you get to get your get
Yeah,
back for it?
yeah.
Oh, that's
They know-
heavy.
That's
They
a
know what's
setup.
going on. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
a bad setup.
That's a setup, John.
It's a bad setup.
That's fire because no matter what crew it is, if niggas want to get they get back for their man, it always takes a process.
Yes.
Like you never know for 6 months when you gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's heavy. That's what battle rap supposed to be. That's like when you used to go to a nigga block and then he come back to your block and you like, oh y'all niggas want more smoke.
Right, we on
Like
it.
yeah, we right now,
on it
man. I
right
found my
now,
man. What
right.
y'all doing?
And I don't want the narrative to get lost, but he ain't really win, but he won.
They didn't do
You know what I'm
nothing
saying?
at all, my man.
I beat myself. It's one of them. No,
For
did he?
real.
You know what
Oh,
I'm
you
saying?
did the thing, man.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
it.
don't do the thing, man.
Don't do the thing, man.
Nah, but alright. I'm gonna wait to let him finish his weekend. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
my weekend was good. Let C Cash go.
Look, he good. He good.
I'm Bob's beneficial.
He
They
good.
know what's going on.
So you want to segue into the C Cash
yes,
weekend?
yes, please.
Alright, so look. If you want to get into the C Cash weekend, I gotta start my weekend at
You
Wednesday.
can say mine. You don't have to keep saying.
I gotta
This
start
nigga
my
is a
weekend.
savage.
I'm just saying, it's the C Cash weekend. Like,
Yes,
This nigga
I had a good weekend though. I had a good week.
Crazy.
Well, rather busy. Alright, so my weekend kind of started on Wednesday
Alright.
because I got an
Cause
opportunity.
you don't work.
Huh?
Cause you ain't go to work.
No, because I went to work,
Oh,
but
alright.
it drew into the weekend.
All right, I'm listening.
You know what I'm saying? So, basically, I got a call from my friend, OT the Real. Like, yo, I got a fucking show in Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? Summerfest. You know what I mean? I need you to ride, be another person, licensed driver.
I got a
You know what I
call
mean?
like 10 minutes later.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, come, you know what I mean, rock the stage with me. You know what I mean? Pipe the crowd up, all that. Why fucking not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make sure everything cool at home. Why not? He called me at like 3.
I thought it was a dope opportunity, not to cut you wisdom,
Yeah.
but I also was
That was hilarious, by
You
the way.
seen
yeah,
that?
just
Yeah.
headbutt the mic.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't blog that either. Don't do that.
I
That
mean,
was
we
just
live.
recorded. We
You
live.
You live. It's cool.
Everybody
You
gonna see
alright?
it.
You
I'm not
alright?
talking
You
about
alright?
I'm alright. I'm about to go over there with Kay. I'm
No, you
done.
alright.
No, you can't get off
I'm
camera
done, yo.
after you headbutted the mic.
Mike,
He gonna broadcast it though. He a car.
You supposed to do
Yo,
that.
I'm getting him back.
Listen,
Yo, I hope
learn.
y'all know. Oh,
Learn,
that's cool.
just
Thank
learn
you.
what's going on.
Thank you, big bro.
I felt like it was a dope move to make. I thought it was a good road trip for you. I also was hoping that your next thing wasn't going to be like that the house needed you and you couldn't go, because I know you got a lot going on at the crib.
No, facts.
So, but go ahead. Yeah.
Nah, so, man, I got the call like 3:30. I end up getting picked up to leave by like 6:20, 6:30. You know what I'm saying? Went out.
That's
to
how
New
it
York.
happens, folks.
Yeah,
For the record,
yeah. Make a decision. You know
rappers
what I'm
is
saying?
crazy.
So
Man,
I fucking took the ride. Boom. We went to New York. Had to pick up my guy. You know what I mean? He was on handling some other music business or whatever the case may be out there.
Right.
Picked him up. Had to shoot straight to fucking Milwaukee. I'm talking about 14 hours, bro.
I was wondering how far that was. 14
shit-
hours from New York.
14 hours from New York. Yeah, exactly.
Sheesh.
Because, you know, we're going back if you're talking about going towards Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? When you go to New York, you go the opposite way.
Exactly.
So you losing time to go somewhere else. But that's how the route started. And it was fun, man. Shout out to Izzy. Shout out to DJ Too Tough. Shout out to
Too tough.
Shout out to J Mac Visuals. Yo, this fucking kid J Mac is a problem, bro. You gonna see him more and more in the city and everywhere else. His
He supposed to be pulling
videos,
up too, right?
photography, all of that. I'm talking to him about it. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Listen, his shit is crazy. But we just had fun, man. We went out there, we rocked the show. Everything went good. Shout out to Millie's. We got a chance to kick it with him backstage, and I mean, him and OT was on stage together or whatever doing a song. You know what I mean? It was a nice festival, nice spot. Millions of people, probably, I don't know how many different stages, different sets, all that type of shit. So it was just a dope experience, and I've never ever been nowhere near no fucking Wisconsin. So it was like, why not? You know what I'm saying?
That was the first time being at a festival like that for you?
Yeah, facts.
So
Because I think I had the festival conversation with you, and you
Yeah,
was like,
and
no,
I was
I
trying
ain't
to
doing
come.
that shit.
Yeah, but no, the festival that she did at last, I was trying to get
Oh
to,
yeah,
but
no,
just
I thought we had the conversation about the joint where I slept over for 4 nights.
Oh yeah, just to do it. Yeah.
He
No,
said
that shit,
nigga
that
said
shit
just to
real.
do it.
That shit real out there. Them people, man. Listen, it's nothing but people all over the city coming to that joint. That shit.
No,
crazy.
that's fly. That's fly. Kay,
So,
what you
yeah.
saying?
I was just gonna get some comments out the way.
Go ahead.
Shout out Vampin. He said, "What's this about?" We do a topic show every Monday at 7 p.m. So we're about to get into some topics after this. Shout
We
out.
start with a weekend recap. My bad.
Exactly.
It's Monday.
Yep. Shout out to Wax Hoa. He said hello. He is African.
Yo.
So shout out to Africa.
Shout out.
Salute.
And Freddie Guap.
Oh, that's my dog right there. Hey, Watt, what's up, boy?
He said, Bass Beneficial, C Cash, let's do it.
That part
They
in
know
that
what's
order.
going on.
That's dope. Salute to you, homie.
Absolutely.
Salute.
Go ahead. We only on what, Thursday, Friday?
We all the show was on Thursday. We left Wednesday night. The show was Thursday, and we got back Friday. We got back Friday, so that was it. The show went good. Boom, boom. Got right back on the road. You know what I mean? Little pit stops, food stops, shit like that. That's it. You know what I mean? Oh, one thing I had to say is we had to travel like back roads to get to Indiana to Indiana, like to cut straight through where we didn't stay there for too long because Indiana is fucked up. But everywhere going to Wisconsin, everywhere else is like weed you can have an ounce, weed you can have 2, weed you can have 1.
I knew that's what you was talking
As
about.
soon as you get to Indiana, it's like you can't have shit.
Yeah. You get a bag. Anything is everything.
Yeah, and it's like a roach to get you locked the fuck
That's
up.
how DC used to be.
So we was trying to be real smooth
Lot of
and cool
counties,
to get
too.
through there for 20 minutes. Boom,
Wait,
then
but-
get back.
Hold on. You said you took back roads to be smooth and cool?
I guess that was.
It's probably a route that motherfuckers know is safer than going through Indiana a certain way.
It wasn't
it's just
for
like-
long. We took a back road.
It's just like skirting around Canada
Okay.
sometimes. 'cause
It was a
Just-
small amount of time that we took the back road.
Note to other folks, back roads are not always the safest route if you're trying to avoid
Well,
the
see,
police.
he's calling it a back road because he's from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So it might not have necessarily been a back road. It just might have been an alternative route.
Yeah, it wasn't like no, like, scenic. It was just straight through grass and shit on the side. Like, that's it. Like,
Yeah, so whatever.
Like
I
low
mean,
road,
either
whatever.
way, when you traveling, especially, you know, we smoke and
Yeah.
other things,
yeah,
it's always a risk.
always.
And if this is a route that many before you have taken,
Yeah,
then you make a decision.
facts.
And you know, you roll the dice, man. You roll the dice.
Yeah, so we did that. Boom, we got back. Friday, I had to get right because I had a battle on Saturday. So, and then also he had a performance to do on Saturday.
Dope.
Got that lined up too. So, you know, running around making sure everything cool with the family. I just got back. They miss me. You know, all that type of stuff. You know, the young boy going
Aw.
crazy, kicking his legs and all that when he see me. You know what I mean,
I was talking to the medicine ball, man.
yeah, and they gonna call you the medicine ball. It's
He used to
funny
be
as
a
hell.
football. Now you heavier.
Yeah, he's heavy. But we got back in, you know, handle some things, boom, battle. Get with this guy. Had a couple other guys I was trying to bring out, didn't make it. Boom.
Shout out our cameraman too.
Yeah. We had to go to Harlem first
Shout out our dog.
to go to Queens, where the battle was in Queens. But shout out to Bars on Deck podcast. My guy King Swift
Word.
from Harlem. He actually wanted to come to the to the battle and do the interview or whatever that we had lined up. So we wanted to do a live interview. We did an Instagram interview before. He wanted to do a live one. So picked him up in Harlem, shot to the battle. Battle was dope. I think it was a nice little crowd, nice ambiance. It was in a spot called Mama Smokes. It's like on College Point Road or College Point Avenue in Queens, New York. It's like a convenience store with the gas and all of the weed shit and all of that, and then you walk straight through and it's like boom, another
Crazy.
area. Yeah, and then how about this? They had a fucking weed gun in there. You ever seen
Yeah, I
that?
seen them joints.
They was running around shooting us with this joint, just like constant smoke. At first, I almost got like
Oh no,
hostile.
I'm cool off that.
It's like constant smoke. You just inhale. It's like you automatically hot. Like you know what I'm saying. But they had that shit going on in there. Everything was super cool. Little slushies, drinks, everything. Boom. We get to the battle now. All right. The guy I battled name was J1, right?
Not J2, J1.
J1. J1 lost the coin toss. I had him go first. Now, before we say anything, I'm not gonna lie. Checked this guy Instagram out when I first got the battle. I wasn't really excited. You know what I mean? It was like one of those things where I know I had to do something, but I guess like I didn't have to do my best.
You
but,
thought this was a walkthrough?
and yeah, at the same time, it is never a walkthrough. If you really take your craft serious, you gotta perform your best of your ability whenever you step out, no matter what.
Recognize I'm not talking yet.
But, but you know, me being who I am, I didn't have the perfect prep time. I had some good content, but I ain't had a perfect prep time, and I didn't super have my shit down. Like, just is what it is, was what it was. So I went up there, tried to get through it. Well, he rapped. He rapped, and people watched him rap, and that was that. You know, they watched him rap.
It was like
It was a clean round, but it was just rap. You know.
Y'all want me to explain it?
I feel like we're
wanna
missing
say it
something.
because it make it
I'ma leave
seem like
alone,
I'm.
man.
he being
capping.
political, right?
Yeah, I can't. Like,
That man came and told a story. He wasn't saying anything at all.
all
He
right,
came-
the shit was ass. All right, we gonna just
All
be
right,
honest.
there we go.
All right.
From Philly. That shit was
Boy was
terrible.
ass. Like he was ass. He got through his shit.
Literally listened to his freestyle for 2 minutes and not even 2 minutes.
Two bars.
And cut it off. That shit corny.
All right, but at the end of the day, in the art of battling, in the game, which we respect, you do your job and get in and get out of there. Then and somebody else doesn't, then you won. And that's what happened.
Them the rules.
I didn't. Yeah, that's the rules. We gotta abide by the rules. I ain't get through my shit clean. I got a good amount of it off. Try to start over. They let me start over on the beat. That's how much they wanted to hear me. But I couldn't get it through it.
Oh, I forgot this was a beat battle.
Yeah.
So you couldn't even just like.
And you were supposed
Yeah.
to snap on a beat battle.
And the
Yeah.
crazy thing about it is, though, it really is harder. No diddy. It's a little harder if you don't have your shit down. Like if you if you got your shit like 60% locked in on
almost
acapella,
done.
you might be able to pick it up or have it a little not super connected. But if you ain't got that shit down on that beat, because it kind of allow you to pay attention to everything else that's going on. It's like the beat, you off the beat, then you was like, damn, how people looking, or what people, somebody say something, or damn, I'm trying to rap, I can hear people talking. It's a lot. Like that shit ain't super duper easy.
Now
So,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Or two.
Huh?
So what was it? Was it the weed gun?
No.
Or was it you being a nut? Because you just told us that you was on a 40-hour road trip. You was not talking to them niggas for 15 hours a clip, bro.
No, I wasn't.
Why the fuck you wasn't rehearsed? You
I was.
on the way to New York. I gotta hear around 18 times.
Oh, I'm about to get up. He must know the future. He must.
I've
have
been on the
there.
trips.
No, you must have
Yeah,
been
he
there
been on
though.
the trips.
The song was playing back to back.
Yeah.
Nigga, what are we doing?
But I'm gonna tell you why. You know why?
His face is crazy. You see singing?
You know why?
No, I'm good though. I like it. I like
the
just
joint on
singing.
the side, but on the other side.
Nah,
right
this the
Appreciate
thing.
you, bro.
It's not that I ain't had the time to rehearse. It's just I ain't have the space to.
you ain't
You
taking
in a
serious.
car with 5 people. No, I'm in a car with 5 people that whole time, right? For 2 days dinner, and you already know what's going on. Motherfuckers is listening to the music that they making. Bro just dropped the album with Fuego Bass. Shout out to him, Benny the Butcher on this joint. He just dropped a video. Like he's listening to shit that's going on. So it's kind of hard for me to lock in on this beat and keep rehearsing it. Even though I'm doing it though, I'm reading it. And then it's like we high,
Invest in
we falling
headphones.
asleep. I got headphones. I had headphones on.
I
The
think-
headphones don't stop. Wait, listen. If you locking something in, sometimes you pause the. Like for me, my formula, like when I write, I might listen to the beat for a while, then I cut it off and then just go bars. Cause the beat locked in my head already. But when you got something
I've
else
written
playing,
songs like that.
if you got something else playing too, it's like, that's like a fuck up. It's like a brain fart. That shit don't work for me. I don't know about everybody
That's
else.
why I said invest in headphones, because they're noise cancellation headphones.
Oh, okay, cool,
They just cost more.
good joke.
So
No, I'm telling you why I said what I,
I have
said.
a follow-up question.
Can't hear the beat.
Yeah, for sure.
So do you think the fact that you weren't super impressed by your opponent and like
Oh,
not very excited to battle him played into your preparation?
Yeah, because the time before that, I could have. But I ain't gonna lie, June was a crazy month for me. I'm not making excuses.
No, it's true. You battled like damn near every weekend.
No, I didn't even battle that much this year, this month. I didn't. June, who else I battled? I don't even think
I know you
battled
had a
them.
lot of battles lined up. I don't know if it was this
Yeah,
one.
but
Might
I
have
don't
been
think I
last
battled
month.
that much
I think
in
it was
June.
May.
I had
Oh, it
one
was May. You right.
It
Yeah,
was May.
yeah. So it wasn't really that. It was like my mental space, certain things going on. You know.
So now homie went home and told his girl he whooped your ass.
I mean, he might have, but
Look at you.
Shout out to Levon Brown.
That's my dog, LB53. Yes.
He said Boz.
Yeah, they know what's going on. Right. Bring the
And-
family through. You heard me?
I heard that.
N9 Nah said fire sign.
9? Yeah.
that's what's up.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
love.
Shout out to guys, man. I love y'all, man.
Thanks.
Salute to y'all for supporting his brother for 100. But I just thought about it. It's perfect timing now, man.
What?
Drop a beat, man. Let's
Yeah.
get into it,
All
man.
right. Let me make sure.
Boz been sitting here trying to get his mind right. Now
Yeah,
he
let
got
him
his
know why
blunt
you
lit.
here.
Now he got his blunt lit. You know what I'm saying? I figure it's time. Figure it's time, man.
Give y'all that
But yeah, I had fun hanging out
No.
after we left the battle.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we kind of went through Harlem, was kicking it, getting some food, was chilling.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what's
man.
up. You wasn't too hard on yourself.
Yeah, I honestly, shout out to J1, man, but you're not fucking with me, and you know it. I rap my shit to you after I fucked up to let you know that you really.
And his face was salty. That nigga said, he said, I'm glad you didn't finish your round.
It's cool though, you know what I mean? It's love. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Married to the bars. We need a bar breakdown.
that's funny as shit. I'm not doing no bar breakdown for that one.
I bet you ain't. That's why I
But
said that.
we back up there though, July 20th, and shout out Boss Beneficial. He got J1.
Boy. I'm on your
They set him
ass,
up.
boy.
with him.
Why he was there?
No, like a day after.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
So, And I performed. We performed after that. He performed some crazy, painful shit that was
I
crazy.
got a
Had the
single
whole
about to
crowd
come
rocking.
out too, man. Make sure I stay in tune, man. I got a single coming out.
Yeah, Johnny coming soon. You know what I mean? So
It's the one picture the nigga got on the internet.
Yeah.
Nigga ain't got no pictures on the internet.
I decided you and I gotta connect because
don't
you
do
need
the
some
pics.
photos.
I don't
and he's
do the
crazy.
pics,
He
you
like
hear me?
he like be looking away from
It
the
ain't
camera.
no two ways
do the
about this
pics.
thing, bro.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm
Ain't no
already
two ways
knowing.
about it.
I'm
You
already
gotta
knowing.
do
Help
it.
me. Help me. Feel me? I'm here for it.
I had to
I'm here for
search
it.
a little too hard for this. For this picture.
right. Like,
You still don't see the nigga.
Fuck, my bad. My
Right.
bad.
It's
Right.
cool. And he looked like he was younger. I can't really
I'm
tell.
gonna stay young. You see the face? I'm gonna
Nah,
stay young.
you know, everybody but cat. Anyway,
everybody but Cash was stay young.
yeah, man.
Oh,
Out of here.
I thought you said everybody but K and it was a white joke.
No.
No.
Wow.
That
I was just gonna let it
gangster.
slide too.
That
Yo.
would have been very crazy.
See, my brain not dark, but that would have been funny.
That's
But
crazy.
I
like,
wouldn't have did that.
damn, I don't even think nobody would have caught it but K if I said that. That would have been crazy. They would have been like, no, K looks
think-
young. Like, she would have got defended.
Sammy just wish I was his blood little brother or something. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? He like calling me ugly on the phone and
Bro,
shit.
what's the difference?
What's
I
up
talk
with
to you more than I talk to the ones
Fuck
I've
outta
known
here.
longer than you.
I
Shit.
don't care.
Nigga just bothers me.
Nobody bother me.
bothers me.
You bother me.
Y'all crazy.
This nigga texted me at 2 a.m. Yo, you like these slippers right here? Them joints be red, white, and blue. Like, yo, what's that?
I don't never be looking at no
Some
red,
different
white,
shit.
blue shit.
It'd be some
You won't see me
European,
repping flags.
Asian slippers.
I mean, you know, I'm a connoisseur of fine shit.
Like,
Are
this
you-
nigga's on some old head shit.
Are you ready? Because I'm ready now.
Yeah,
always
ready.
ready.
And shout out to my fine t-shirt. This
Yeah.
K on.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out my tea.
Yeah,
Top
let's get it.
Productions.
Let's get that merch out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but let's
Shout
get
out
in the
1K,
buys,
man.
man. Absolutely.
Yeah, this is Johnny. Boss Beneficial. Coming soon. All platforms. Let's go.
Let's go.
It's me.
Oops, sorry.
Turn me up a little bit.
Yeah, that's low.
I don't know that I can.
Yeah, a little louder. I don't know how though. Hold on. Let's try to get it together real quick. You know, a workaround.
We'll figure
Back
one
to
out.
grinding cash up. It's like no.
Can't grind me up. I'm the ultimate grinder upper.
So this is Johnny. We about to get into is Johnny.
Let's
That's
see if
the,
this is
that's the
louder.
record.
That's the name of the record, yeah.
No, that's still low. Sorry.
You good? Take your time.
Hold on. I got an idea.
They gonna want to hear this anyway. It's worth the wait.
There's folks in the chat like, yo, I need to hear Johnny.
For sure.
They like,
The
I'm
guys
here.
already know what's going
Where
on.
is
Share this
Johnny?
West side, man. West side. They know what's going on.
I love the support though. That's a real thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Yeah,
real
man.
thing. Alright, trying to make sure I ain't missing nothing on the commentary side of things. Let's see. We gotta talk. Y'all can't be quiet. People watching.
I'm sharing the live, man.
Oh, alright,
yeah.
So y'all
appreciate
can get
that.
in here and watch.
Wake
what's
up,
going on.
baby. Why you ain't up? You supposed to be in this YouTube
That part.
watching your man.
I heard that.
I
And
told wifey to tap in too.
You
yeah.
know what's going on.
So.
She was just like, I don't like when.
I mean, if we
It be
can't,
too many
it's
people.
loud enough. We
It's
just gonna have
loud
to work
enough,
with
and they know what's going on. Like, yeah.
Well, I can turn it up for them. I just can't turn it up for you.
All right, that's cool. Turn it up for them, man.
it. I heard that. I heard that. He came to work.
Put your other ear
This
in.
nigga came to work.
No, I do this.
You can stand
Yeah.
up if you want to
I
too.
am. I'm about to.
Alright, well.
You want me to move a little bit?
No, you good.
You know how you get to moving back
I'm
and forth
already
and
knowing.
bobbing and.
No, it don't even be me. It be the cuz that's rapping. I don't know. Cuz.
I heard that.
He just be
crazy.
rapping, bro.
He crazy.
All right.
Different.
Let's do this.
Let's get busy. I'm excited, man.
It's me. If it's street shit, why won't you leave it there? Be prepared with all this bullshit, cause smell a reaper there. Shit, watch from all angles, even your circle too. You could claim you solid all you want, but niggas jump they squares. I could black, put the rap game in a chokehold. Amateurs, niggas get a deal, then they go broke.
One hit wonder, shit ain't work, so they sell their souls. Never me. If I ain't got a plate, I'm gonna use a bowl. Back to bowls. Or that baking soda. I know how to use a stove. That right arm lock, my left the one like Derrick Rose. Took that shot, I ain't lit yet, so I'm taking 2. No jump man, but drop 38 and still gained the flu. Top shelf nigga, the way to me, you need a stepping stool. Fucking little boy hop in the game and you ain't made the score. I'm a center nigga, I hold that block down and play the board. I be him in the future, and I was him before. Hopped on a road that's I-76 and 95, a general. I'll get you going and I ain't gotta slide. A head tap, get him lift up like he ain't gotta ride. I told them niggas, you ever say my name, then you gotta die. That B.I.E. can't check me at no club. I don't need ID, this hammer on me, notorious in the spot. I be B.I.G. this pound in your face like John, what? You ain't seeing me? Like that waving that shit. Nigga, I get my foot up in this door, they gon' hate me. It's 4th quarter, shit clutch time. I'm like Tracy, this ain't GTA. You only get one life, so don't get wasted. Stay patient. I always been advanced, was never basic. Just that same boss. I'm from Redfield, straight from the basement. I be 101. Yeah, that fat boy that ran up honey buns. Had to slimmer down, cause pushing weight is what I'm coming from. Hands down, stand up on that block until the sun come up. What?
Yeah, they not ready, man.
They don't know me, nigga.
Boss beneficial, man.
They don't even know him.
Never not working entertainment, man.
Straight from the west side. They know
Let's
what's
see
going
what I'm
on.
doing.
Hold up, man. First of all, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? That was heavy. That was heavy. But I heard a couple things that stand out to me, man.
Yeah, this is what I like about.
There's this word.
on podcast.
There's this word that he said. It's called Redfield.
Yeah.
It's actually a street.
Yeah.
You see what that is in front of you?
Yeah.
Right there?
Immediately right down the block.
You know what that's at, right?
Yeah.
Nigga, fuck around and know my pop no.
Talk at
You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck around on my pop no. Like, that's us back there.
Yeah, I know.
He grew up a couple blocks with Cool C and Steady Bean them.
Yeah, he one of them, man.
Like, ain't no game where you from. He said Lansdowne.
Yeah.
I know exactly the
Straight
route.
from out of west side, you know Lansdowne.
Yeah,
Never
man.
claim a block you never did a dirt on.
Uh-huh.
I really played the block. Sir, them white bitches probably know your pop. I been out the way, be hard to reach you like a shoulder lock. Always OT, I play the birds like the Stillers. Plenty nights in Wild West, see, I survived through the wilder. Gotta watch your own homies, they don't eat, then they'll kill you. Yeah, I got a baby face, this mask on, I'm trying to milk you. Michael Jackson Thriller, ain't accepting disrespect, cause I will you. Straight across your shit for even thinking you that nigga. My lawyer smart as shit, control the room like Matilda. My bitch bad, slim off the waist, a bodybuilder. Bending on
Alright, we gonna get in the
Hey,
stew,
bro,
bro.
stop.
Hey man, we gotta put you in the stew. We gotta get you in the stew. It's alright. It's alright. We gotta get you in the stew. It's alright. It's alright. I appreciate that though. Appreciate that. You going off.
Yo,
It's
he be
fine.
doing that shit. We be talking. He just go
Start snapping.
Retarded, bro. He
Niggas-
retarded,
he
bro.
hungry as shit,
He
bro. I'm telling
retarded,
you.
bro.
No,
don't even know
I
him.
like it. I like it. He said I don't even know that
Y'all
nigga.
niggas not fucking with
What the
him,
chat
bro.
saying, man? We get any response
Yeah,
yet?
we did. Shout out Freddie Guap. He said, let's get into it. Fire sign, fire sign. Levon Brown said, Boss, show him you the hottest,
The
dog.
hottest in the West. You heard me? They know what's going on.
And then he said, fire sign,
Easy.
laughing, crying face.
I heard that. I heard that. No, that's fire. I don't know. You want to sit up here and go through the topics with us, or you want to fall back, or what you want to do,
good.
man?
I'm
You
here.
good?
I'm
All
here
right,
for
as
the-
long as you
yeah.
comfortable. I just want to make sure you good. We ain't pressing nobody. You don't want to hang out with me. You ain't got. It's like no.
No, we here for the long run. You hear me? We here for the long run.
Let's do it. But
I
once
like
again,
that.
I'm gonna give you this again because that was fire.
I appreciate
y'all.
that.
Appreciate y'all, man.
that.
Shout out everybody who watching too. They know what's going on, man. I love y'all, man. We do this for us. You hear me?
And I'm gonna make an
It's for the
announcement
city.
now. Yeah, I'm from the city.
Yeah.
We in the city.
Yes.
And I get busy.
Yeah.
So don't think you just gonna come up here
No, I'm already.
and
Let's
yeah,
work.
I need work.
Let's
Yeah.
Or
work.
no.
Yeah, facts.
Because I
Work.
swear, I don't know how to hide my emotions. Your
No,
crowd
that's
will
me
be
too.
looking at me, looking
That's
at
me
you
too, though.
crazy.
No, that's me too. Though.
Like, yo, why you looking like
I
that?
can't hold nothing. Like,
Yo.
no, that's me too. Though.
Why he
public
making that
service
face when you
announcement.
rapping and shit? Like,
I'm
Public
already
service
knowing.
announcement. Don't even do that to me, because it'll get crazy.
he gotta tell you how it is.
And I
No,
came up
for
on
sure.
radio, so I'm known to just take it back and freestyle and body your joke.
No,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
no
Off the
bullshit,
room.
man. Shout
Shout out my dad too, man. My dad rap too, man. He
Salute
comes
the pops,
from
man.
Philly too, man.
That's fire.
Fire.
Yeah,
That's
my
awesome.
dad was on the radio too, man.
What was his name?
His name was Diggy. Dollars I gotta get y'all. Diggy.
I heard that. Salute the pops. But Kay, let's get started with these topics, man.
All right.
We done had enough fun to start it off. It's about to get more fun though, because this is a funny week.
Yeah,
We have
man. Been a lot going on,
It's a
man.
funny
Jam-packed night.
Y'all don't want
to
nothing to
get
drink?
to.
Y'all cool?
Yeah, I do.
All right, you want Cavassier?
Yeah,
There's a
Vassier.
glass right
and
there.
If I could get a little soda or something.
I
like
got
that.
you.
All right,
Please,
so right
thank you.
before we get into the topics, let's let Kay handle with that part.
Yeah, let me get you some bevs.
Thank you.
Now,
Ginger ale?
How-
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
since we got time, you mentioned your pop. You know what I'm saying? Was getting busy, and it's crazy because I just watched Meg on Club Shay Shay. And everything was her mom. Is that was that a thing? Like you was around your pop when he was creating and when he was performing and when he
I was the sibling that had my dad's CD and play it back to back. Like I was
favorite
into
rapper was Pop.
Yes, that's
Well,
my idol. Like I was into Philly freestyling, battle raps. That's why I'm not new to this. I do this shit for real. Like they gonna see. It's patience for me. I'm a nigga that's coming from. For me, I got support, but I don't got it. You understand what I'm saying? Like my circle ain't full. Feel me? So when that thing get full, my foundation get full, it's over with. It's
I
over
heard
with.
that. I heard that. So how long you been pushing your music?
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I've been rapping since probably like 11, 12. Since
That's the same age as me.
I'm talking
Me
about.
too.
I'm talking about kid days. Feel me? Shout out the guys again. We on the table banging. Feel me? We rapping inside the lunchroom.
That type shit. Yep.
My man Wop, you gonna get in tune with him though. He inside the chat. My man Wop, you feel me? Took off. He took off with his rap shit. Feel me? Signed a Young and May and all that.
Salute.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Salute.
Heavy.
So it's like
That's what I like.
it's
to
like
hear.
it be like I done did a lot of music, but I never like put out my music. Like it was I'm like hood famous for real. Like
And Wop-
everybody know me.
Wop
Wop
made it real.
Wop is
Like you,
name,
like I'm bullshit.
name
Yeah.
and then he go at me too though. Like
He
nigga,
over
you should have
100K
been
on
out. Like
Gram.
I'm his. Like he'll tell you like I'm his secret weapon out this shit, man. I really do this. I really do this rap and shit. Like change the game.
I'm excited for you, bro. I'm excited for you. Just take some pictures. It's alright.
Yeah.
It's alright.
We gonna set it up.
I
No.
got some
And-
pictures.
and
I
don't
got some
put a
pictures,
mask on.
man.
No, but real attesting to what I was saying about this month. This month of June that just passed has been crazy for me. Everybody know my little brother. He lost his life in 2020 and his birthday.
R.I.P. my dog.
June 19th.
Slope, man.
You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, I think just a few months back, I got introduced to him by my little brother cousin. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Queso.
Yeah, shout out Queso. They all three of them was friends, but he happened to be just a few years younger than them. You know what I'm saying?
I know how to go.
And I never met him before and never knew he could rap, never knew he wanted to lock in with somebody like me. You know what I'm saying? So all I have to say, you know, the connection between me and him is like kind of instant because of who it came from. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Yeah.
So
like we
it's
met
a dope,
yesterday.
it's a dope, you know what I mean, type
Yeah,
of joint.
like-
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's fly. And I mean,
Right.
make the best out of that shit.
No, for sure.
Because shit happened for a reason, and motherfuckers don't die in vain that we care about. Because we don't love motherfuckers for no reason.
No, for
Family
sure.
or not.
Yeah.
You
For
know what I'm
sure.
saying?
Yeah.
Because we already know if bro was here, he'd
So
be
that's
right with us.
legacy
You know what I'm
shit.
saying?
That's legacy shit. Y'all pushing it forward.
Yeah.
Let's get into these topics. I appreciate
All
that,
right.
Cash. Appreciate that.
Now you already know.
Best.
Let's talk.
Thank y'all, man.
Absolutely.
All right, this week we're gonna start with sports again because we have so much sports to
Oh,
get to.
wow.
Tis the season, ain't it?
Yes.
It's a lot.
Season over, and I'm still excited.
And
right
you
now.
know we love talking sports, so let's get started with a little WNBA, which the season is not over for.
Right.
If you haven't been following the last 3 weeks, we have been talking about Angel Reese. Angel Reese is now officially the new record holder for back-to-back double-doubles in the WNBA,
Already.
period.
Smoking bitches' faces.
She has now had her 10th straight double-double, finishing her last game with 10 points and 16 rebounds. Previously, the record was held by Candace Parker from
Shout
back
out
in
Candace Parker.
2015.
Monster.
And remember, Angel Reese is only a rookie. So for her to be breaking this record as a rookie. The streak is still going, so who knows where her new record is going to stop at. But this is just astounding to me. So shout out to Angel Reese. This is huge.
Once again. But
Super duper.
for me, I just feel like she's gonna average a double-double. I feel like like overall, like maybe not this season, maybe this season, depending on how long she can hold this down and
How long the streak
how the
gonna go.
numbers fluctuate.
Yeah.
It's possible, but I think career-wise, she's gonna be a double-double. I think that's anticipated. Like I think that's like it's just great that she's gotten here so quickly. I think the
But
speed of it.
You know, it also bring big shoes to fill, and she's a rookie. And probably not used to all the super duper attention. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like
she actually
WNBA.
handles attention well. But
Right.
I mean, this is a Candace Parker record.
Nah.
Yeah.
Candace Parker was in the light too, and was beautiful, and you know what I mean. All of the things, in all actuality, that's a Candace Parker record. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like when she
You know,
start
once
breaking
you do
Asian
something-
records, we gonna have a headache.
Once you do something, you can't not do it no more. You know that.
But
you know
I don't
what I'm saying?
think. I mean, barring injury, like severe
Right.
injury, I don't see where she doesn't, because she's still learning.
Yeah.
Like very raw on
She
the
hasn't
learning.
had an off season as a WNBA player yet.
Right.
So she still ain't got to train with the big dogs like that. You know, the ones they gonna sit you down with for the
Yeah.
summer. You got 3 weeks with them and
Yeah.
all that shit. Diet, strength and conditioning.
Yeah.
She ain't get into none of that yet.
Yeah.
That's why they kept saying her and Caitlyn is going into the league full of grown women.
Right.
These chicks done ran that part.
LB agrees. He said
They
that
bugging.
she's gonna
I
average
ain't
a
even gonna lie to you.
double-double.
I wasn't even gonna draw. Like I hoop too, but my man LB, y'all gonna hear about him soon. Like he's dangerous. He the hottest out west right now.
I heard
Oh.
that.
LB right now. Yeah, he in the chat. He played his basketball, so you could talk to him
You
about
lucky
that.
I tore my knee up. Like,
He dangerous. His bounce stupid. Right?
And Willie Will just
let me
chimed
know when you got a
in.
game. I'll pull up.
He said that they're still not trying to give her
Say no
credit.
more.
And that's true. One of the
I love
other
West.
things that I wanted to talk about as we were talking about this topic is people still, including in our comments, are talking about how Caitlin Clark is the only reason that folks are watching the WNBA. And I just want to put that to bed now. Let's be clear. Angel Reese is a huge reason that people are watching the WNBA, especially considering how well she's been playing in this season in general.
She's been consistent. She's grown consistently since game one. She's gotten fucked up too, just like Caitlyn. But like, we talking about hooping. like if you're an adult male, this is my theory. If you never been crossed over or dunked on, you ain't played with nobody.
Yeah.
Like shit happens.
I done fell before. I play back. I done fell before.
You see what I'm saying?
That's like the shooter that never been shot at.
Like it don't even.
What?
What are we talking about?
Wow.
Like this is crazy.
Did they
You know,
see
there's
you?
moving targets in the field, right?
Yeah,
like oh, you just tear paper up.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
that's-
cool.
Right. So this all comes back
You see what I'm saying? It's
full
a
circle
difference.
to my whole situation with the battle shit. You really get busy, you fuck niggas up, you gonna lose or come short sometime. You know what I'm saying?
You will, but you admittedly came short because of your own doing and
Yeah, I
you
know.
underestimated your competition. So don't try to flip that one.
But no, I didn't underestimate
I
him.
love you
He
to
was
death.
ass.
Though. Love you to death.
I didn't underestimate him. He was
No,
ass.
but you underestimated him to the point where you thought you could walk through him with less preparation and you didn't.
Yeah, that was the only part. But
All right, well,
yeah.
give my packet back.
Still was ass.
Prince Scrumpty? Prince Scrumpty said, "Yo, Boz."
You. Oh, that's my little brother. What's up, little? Oh, that's my little brother. What's up, boy?
That's crazy.
Love you, man. That's my little brother, blood little brother, man. Love
Alright.
you, man.
And
Love-
Willie Will said, and she put in that work on both sides of the floor. That is absolutely true.
Bucket.
She definitely does. Definitely does.
Keep the comments going. Y'all doing good, man. Appreciate y'all input. Real rap.
Absolutely.
And the love.
Anything else to say about women's basketball before we move on to that into the men?
I just want to salute that queen, man. Angel is doing her thing, and later we're gonna talk about her former teammate in a good light too. But
Absolutely.
those young ladies are really
They
they're giving other young ladies a different template to look at to feel like they could be involved in this beyond, because you know it gets to a point where you like it gets intimidating for them. So it's like, well, do I want to do this after high school? If when I get to that level, there's no girly girls, nobody is carrying it like I carry it. That's a thing for women.
No, it is.
You know what I
It
mean?
is. It is.
And I think that them being the templates for like relatability to the other. It's just like in rap, the girls now we got sexy reds that was never represented before.
Yeah.
So it's like the flip side for them. They got their representation, and that's going to grow the sport. because it's a lot of girls that was nice that sat down after a little while.
Plus,
You know what I mean?
I think Angel gonna be popular in WNBA also because she popular in like hip hop culture and shit like that.
I was about to say, no,
You know what I'm
she's a
saying?
cultural icon now.
Yeah.
They
Which is
buckets.
amazing.
They buckets.
She
I
running
heard
around with Dirk and
They
Herbo
get
and
buckets.
shit
And I
like
mean,
that.
even bigger than that, like she was on. She got fussed at for going on the red carpet the day before she had a game, and she tore both up. You know what I'm saying? Like she just different. We never
Yeah.
seen her before.
Right.
Willie
They tried to
And
release
she
a
from
Leslie.
Baltimore. That's the crazy thing.
They tried to release a Leslie. It was awkward.
Willie Will, thanks for the sub, first of all.
Thank you.
Second of all, he asked, "What's up? Y'all think the Sixers are better than the Knicks now?" Which that's a great lead-in because
We
we're
can get
about
into
to
that
talk.
right now.
Yeah, we
We
can.
can get into that right now.
We're about to talk men.
Let's do that.
No, I'm gonna keep it being PG. He definitely just did a great move. I just want us to win this year. Like take
Hold
over.
up, let her introduce it first.
Yeah.
Introduce the topic, then we gonna let you go start after she introduces it.
All right. So, do we want to just jump straight to the Sixers free agency, or do we want to start with the draft, then the free agency, then the Sixers?
We can go in order.
Okay.
We can go in order. Give us a minute, bro. We gonna get there.
All right.
We gonna get there. No, because it don't make sense to jump around.
Yeah, that was my thought. That was my
But
thought.
we definitely getting the Sixers. You know that.
I got a whole graphic just for the Sixers,
I got
baby.
some Lakers shit to talk about. Like it's going down today.
All right, so earlier this week was the NBA draft. Unfortunately, this year was not one that was star-studded like previous years have been, but it was still very interesting to watch and take note of. A couple of very interesting things that happened. The top two picks were both from France.
As it was last year. The first one was from France.
Absolutely. So this really tells you that the NBA is becoming an international hub for basketball, for the great players. And it also gives you a sneak peek that France might be quite a big contender when we talk about the Olympics later this month.
International ball in general, yeah.
Absolutely. So, let's talk about the NBA draft in general. Round one was split into two nights, which I believe it was the first time ever that they had done a 2-day approach. Round one, there weren't too many surprises overall. Also, not too many names that the layman might be familiar with. The big man from Purdue, Eddie, I think is his last name. He ended up getting drafted, so that was somebody that I was familiar with.
He went to the Grizzlies.
Yep.
John Morant put up that meme.
Absolutely. A couple of UConn players.
Yo,
A couple
I
of
peeped what he was doing. You looked up, that shit was funny as shit.
a couple of UConn players went in the top 10.
Always.
Right.
And Willie Will is from Camden, if you didn't know. Shout out to Willie Will. So yeah, actually, I just want to turn it over to you guys and see what did you think about the first round of the draft? Anything that you wanted to note on from the first night?
Gentlemen, did y'all watch?
No.
Did y'all care?
I was on the road.
You was on the road, yeah.
Yeah.
My man L probably did, but no, I didn't.
I watched I guess up until the 23rd pick, something random like that. But it was pretty uneventful. What's crazy is you see like these are highlight reels when they get drafted. So you see motherfuckers getting busy, but it's like I don't know who he is, so I don't know how often he did that, and I don't, you know what I mean? I don't have anything more than your highlights. And if you a hooper, you don't just trust highlights. Everybody do something that we could clip up. So it's like that was kind of the feel. But the Lakers pick shocked me. One, because there was a lot of talk about people saying, or analysts saying, why is he still on the board? And then the talk became everybody's trying to get a 19-year-old. If you're 19 or 20, that's what they want to get. So then when the Lakers got him, it's like we stole that pick. I'm a Lakers fan. It's like we stole that pick. And I'm like, all right, cool. I want to see more about this gentleman. I'm not going to act like I knew him. But ever since then, everybody has been saying great things. And they was actually saying that in the first round, the Lakers had won the night. The Lakers and I think the Grizzlies had won that first night of draft. So I'm excited about him.
The Sixers drafted Jared McMahon, something like that. Mc something.
Yeah.
And funny
Mc
enough,
something.
your brother said in the comments he needs to chill with the nails, and I completely agree.
Yeah, he's a nail painter.
Yeah, he won't
but
last too
he's a
long in
person-
Philly painting nails.
But he's a personality. Like young boy got like mad TikTok followers and shit like
Man,
that.
listen, this is the thing. If you like something and that's what you want to do, you gotta stand
No,
on
his
it.
little brother's
Yeah.
against it. But I think it brings up a good point about the personality of the kid that they just got.
Yeah.
yeah.
We haven't had, as much as Maxie is personable, Maxie smiles through everything and
Yeah.
he always works hard. This is a kid that all the teams are trying to get their social media up, like how the Las Vegas Aces social media run and how Dion shit run. So he's the perfect conduit because he understands that world and he's already on it. He already doing it. That like we see he got black nails this week because he was in the workouts like this. You know what I mean? So I think that you're gonna get a lot out of him. Just don't expect him to be the nigga you want to go to the bar with.
Yeah.
That's all.
Willie Will said the draft was butt cheeks, and
Mostly. It's not wrong.
and Bronny could have went undrafted if they just wanted him to play with his pop. Which brings us to the second day of draft, where the only real thing worth talking about was Bronny James got drafted.
Great way to introduce 2 days of drafts. They had Bronny on the second day. You don't think that was the best player ever?
Right.
Nigga
Nobody
said we
would have
gonna
watched
split
the
it up
second
because
day of
Bronny gonna go.
Because Bronny,
And they gonna watch. How do
you?
you get a crowd that has not been used to 2 days of drafts? Like, we are not the football crowd.
So Bronny ended up going pick number 55 to the LA Lakers to play with his father, LeBron James.
That's amazing.
They are now the first father-son duo to officially be on the same team or
NBA
in
history.
Yeah. Yep.
In NBA history.
The memes are diabolical.
The memes are phenomenal. But the funny thing is,
Not the ones I seen with Dwayne Wade and
alright, that's kind of crazy.
yeah,
But
not those.
Oh, and LB brought up another secondary great point. The second day of draft did include the Sixers signing
the young boy from Duke.
yeah.
Yeah. Is that who it was,
Oh.
LB? Was it the young boy from Duke?
He said Justin Edwards. That was his name?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that was the Philly Bulls name.
I don't know. I think so. I think it was.
Because there was somebody from Philly that we ended up picking up.
And that was the second day.
Yeah, I think that's just. He's from Kentucky.
Kentucky. Right.
Oh,
Right.
Yep, not
All
Duke.
right,
He's
I
from
was close.
Kentucky.
Oh,
Yep.
You know they the same when you hate all of them. My bad. But no, you right, Kentucky. I appreciate that. But no, yeah, that was a good joint too
And then-
because that was a sleeper.
Absolutely. And
I watched him in the tournament.
Prince said, "I hope Embiid takes a leadership role on our second round draft pick, Aiden Bona." Agreed, because that was the African second round draft pick that we also picked up.
Yep, I saw him.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
love you,
completely
Al.
agree with that too. I think that that's a great match, and I hope that they build off each other.
No, I definitely do. I think that well, we'll get into the Sixers in a minute
Yeah.
because I'll rant.
So let's talk about Bronny.
Yeah, let's get into it. Well, you said he got picked 55th, second round. Everybody up here seems to be good with it.
I'm gonna keep it a big. From a dad perspective, that's amazing. That's amazing. Like I'm
It's
stuck on
phenomenal.
that. I'm stuck.
It's
on
like
that.
words we
Yeah.
don't even get to
That's
say
what I'm saying.
regularly.
I'm stuck
like.
on that. Like he did. Like for that to be a movement and everything, and that to be predicted and everything, and it happened. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, they changed the world.
I'll tell you my point of view.
I would love to hear your point of view, Kay.
What else are you gonna do with a 55 pick?
That's where I was going.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
it's
true.
not like
It's not-
you're going to get a superstar out of that pick. So if you're gonna do something that's gonna keep your superstar around for a couple more years, why not?
Right.
I mean, you always had the Giannis example where he had like two brothers on the bench that we never seen get in the game, but they cheer hard as hell.
Yeah.
They are great teammates, I'm
One
sure.
of the brothers.
And then he got one of the brothers actually.
Horny.
One of the brothers actually had to get
Yeah.
folded into his Nike deal. Like
Yep,
he
I
said, I'm
saw
not
that.
signing. Like he would have went with Adidas if they would have took his brother.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like we've seen crazy shit happen for
Politics
lesser
is
human
real.
beings and athletes.
Nah, but
I don't
for
want to
your
say human
son-
beings, lesser athletes.
For your son, like
I don't want to
yeah.
put that against you. That was rough, right? That was rough. That was rough. My bad. But like
Oh,
at
wow.
55 though, like at 55, yo, the 55th pick. Why are we worried about who else was they going to get that's going to get a jersey? Because it's the Lakers. Let's keep
Yeah.
it real.
A 6 foot guard?
We get another white boy, motherfuckers be like, Austin Reeves might be out of it. Like, it'd be crazy. It's the Lakers.
Like that, yeah.
It's the Lakers. And I love AR-15.
Right. You was just saying.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, I think that the pick, I think strategically it was great. I think that the shortcomings, like, it's similar to a lot of things in our society with everything being on social media where people are just hanging on to the one thing that they see.
Yeah.
Which is how much he averaged in college.
Right.
They're not counting for the fact that he had cardiac arrest a year before that. He fought back through that. He's working in the college system. When college systems are college systems, they know you're not even going to be there more than a year. Yeah. You are not going to become the main guy straight from the gate, especially when you want a time restriction because we got to make sure you're healthy.
Right.
So all of those things count. But when he goes to a combine, they're comparing his numbers to everybody else that's trying to get a job in the NBA as a rookie. So when they say that he was successful in the combine, that means that he's better than you've probably been able to see.
That's all.
So
and everything doesn't translate directly to the NBA from a combine, but there's certain athletes that overperform in combines, and there's certain ones that don't perform well in combines. Right. But we seen that they was monsters before that.
Right.
We got some comments chiming in.
So I think that's fair. Go ahead.
Right.
Willie Will said Bronny wasn't him in high school and was worse in college. He ain't gonna do shit in the league.
Bronny was decent in high school.
Then he said,
Bryce is better though.
My young boy DJ Wagner was better than Bronny in high school and had a better college career and chose to stay in college because he knows he ain't ready.
We talking about Wagner Jr.? We talking about Whiney or we talking about his son?
I think we're talking about somebody who's still in college.
Oh, playing now?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, DJ tough. He tough.
LB said they should have grabbed me, man, for the 55th pick. He said he can hoop for sure, but people don't even dig.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely can hoop, and grabbing you know the obvious answer to that.
It's just going to say you got a lot to prove, but who better to be playing next to? Like, I mean, his game is going to elevate faster than anybody else it would naturally.
And you know what's even iller about that, yo? We about to see marketing and branding deals that we've never seen before.
What?
From father's son, like we see
Father's Day.
Remember when Chris Paul had his kids in the State Farm and we was like, yo, that's heavy.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, this is different.
To say sub, like tell somebody get out. Yeah, get off the court. Come here, son. Come on, you on the court with me? That's going to be
phenomenal.
Son, dunk on him. Let's go. Oh my God, that's amazing.
He might know, but they work out a lot together already. He might pick his son up and make him dunk on somebody like Lola Brooke.
Set a pick, go ahead, just jump. Like yeah, like
it's
that's
not
bad, bro. That's
like
NBA
you don't know.
jams,
they might got some crazy shit.
It is though,
bro. You see all the commercials?
Bro, they making the games come to life. Bro.
You see all the commercials with them two.
You know how you create a team and normally do that? Like yeah, this is happening, bro. They bringing.
There's a creative player with his son.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right,
phenomenal.
We done seen it all, man. Black president.
Congratulations to the James family. LeBron is sleeping with his new teammate's mom. Meme was phenomenal, but now y'all burning it out. But initially it was great.
Was that a real rumor?
No, it's his son, so it was a joke. He's sleeping with his new teammate's mom because you know the prior thing was his mom sleeping with his team.
Cause I seen that and was like, is this real? Like,
he's sleeping with. He was sleeping with his mom before he knew his mom.
Right, for sure.
Right. If you sleep with his mom, you wouldn't never make the NBA. You would not be.
Thanks.
What?
You'd have been somebody else, baby. You'd have been a soccer player.
Yes.
You already ain't 6'7". Shit.
Crazy as shit.
Imagine you wasn't my son.
All right. Willie Will said they hyped the name up, and LB said the sponsor gonna be tough.
It's gonna be stupendous. Look, I'm using all great words right now. This is phenomenal.
All right, let's get into what's going on this week in the NBA. It is free agency time.
Solid.
All right, so free agency officially started yesterday, and already there's been a ton of moves made. I'm gonna start to read a few of them off.
I'm about to say, I hope you got a list because I've been sipping.
I do. So the Pacers keep Obi Toppin. Christie goes back to the Lakers. Kornick goes back to Boston. The Clippers add Kevin Porter Jr. The Suns sign Mason Plumlee. The Mavericks are going to sign Najee Marshall. Eric Gordon comes to the Sixers. We'll get into the Sixers later.
That's a goodie.
The Kevin Love goes to the Heat.
What's the name? He getting hurt?
Yep. Derek Jones Jr. goes to the Clippers.
That's crazy.
Contavious Caldwell Pope goes
My
to
guy.
Orlando Magic.
That's my guy. They gave him a bag though.
Yes,
wasn't
they
gonna-
did.
He wasn't gonna get a bag to stay.
You're nice.
Yeah, I like them
Still
on
got
the Lakers.
Anthony and Subs over there. Snubs over there.
It just says Paul. Oh, Chris Paul is to sign with the Spurs.
Yeah, he gonna go teach Webby how to
He
run
about
off.
to Tony Parker the game.
The Clippers, right?
He about to go over there and show fundamentals like Tony Parker did.
And he bought himself a lot of time. He got a lot of rest last season.
Yo,
He spent a lot of time on the bench for most of the season,
relapsing life, bro.
The Clippers retain Harden.
which is big for them because they lost Paul.
That's a big deal too. It's a 2-year, $70 million deal.
Damn. For 2 years?
Right.
They had to lock him. See, they made a decision, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was like,
Go ahead.
that's cool.
They made a decision. Go ahead.
Utah Jazz gets Drew Eubanks.
Okay, I'm not familiar with Drew Eubanks.
Eubanks, I think I know that.
That's
person.
Eubanks.
Yeah.
Trying to skip to names I know. Aaron Wiggins is going to stay at OKC.
Mm-hmm. Andre Wiggins?
It said Aaron.
Okay.
DeAnthony Melton is going to the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
He was a Sixer previously. Had been hurt for the majority of the end of the season.
I like Melton as a role
But
player.
he's a good guard for
Yep.
sure.
I like Melton. Melton's tough.
Jalen Smith goes to the Bulls.
Wow. I did not know that.
DeLon Wright is at the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Hartenstein agrees to a 3-year deal with the Thunder.
That was big.
Tobias Harris is going to Detroit. Thank the
you.
Lord. Take him off our hands.
Nah,
He got
nah,
a
nah.
$52 million 2-year deal with the Pistons.
Hey. Goodbye. That's for Lil O.
The Clippers are signing Batum to a 2-year deal.
That's crazy.
And that is all of the official news that I have.
You ain't even say Paul George to the Sixers.
No, I was saving all the Sixers stuff.
Please say that. That's legendary.
Oh, all right.
I was just going to let us discuss the non-Sixer stuff before we get into the Sixer stuff.
I think that it was a lot of trades. I mean, a lot of moves made that made a lot of sense. A lot of moves that are going to shake a lot of shit up. But what stands out is all of the Clippers things, right? Like, there's a lot of Clippers. Like, the 2 years, James Harden, $70 million. Even when you look at the fact that the reason that the Sixers actually got Paul George was because he wanted 4 years out of them. $200 million. $70 million for 2. Dude, like, they could have gave it to you. They decided not to.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's one of them situations. But then you hear, oh, they got, what is it, Batum?
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, that's not going to be equal, but that's going to fill something. We going to build a different way.
Yeah.
We going to play a different style.
You're going to have to.
The other thing that I forgot to mention was prior to free agency being announced, the Knicks made a major trade.
Yes, sir.
Where they acquired Bridges.
Mikal Bridges from the Nets.
Yep.
They put four Villanova players that want to chip together are together on the Knicks right now.
That's great.
And also breaking news, Jason Tatum has just re-signed with the Celtics, agreeing to a maximum 5-year contract.
How much did he get? They don't say.
$314.
Oh,
So
wow.
he did get more than Jalen. Yeah.
Are we getting on that topic or what's up with Clay? Clay going to the Mavs?
Clay is supposed to sign with the Mavericks.
Yeah.
He going over there though?
Hasn't been
That's-
official yet, from what I see.
Curry, my idol, man.
End
it's
of the
cool,
dynasty.
bro.
End of a dynasty.
It's cool. He the greatest shooter in the game right now. It's cool.
He the greatest shooter ever.
Yes, yes,
He the greatest shooter ever. Arguably, see, my argument was always that Clay might be, but Clay had a bad season and then things changed.
Oh, we got a lot in the comments. Willie Will said, I think the Knicks got to drop Randall.
I think they're ready to.
Prince said PG-13. Nah, free agency was wild. The Clippers got Batum back.
See what I'm saying?
Willie said it ain't much going on in the free agency. I don't know what free agency you were watching. LB said CP3 to Wemby is lobs.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's crazy.
He about to make Chris Paul job so easy. And Chris Paul about to make him so much of a better player.
Right.
Yep.
Like that's just the ultimate trade off.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Though.
Willie Will said Tatum is the highest paid player in history.
Yeah.
Prince said they should have gave him $52. And then Prince said that Clay did sign already, so correction.
All right,
he signed.
And that's my little brother. He know all this.
And the funny thing is, I'm a Laker, so I wanted Clay because Brian wanted Clay, and I'm not a big Briner, but Brian's a Laker, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then Willie reiterated, Knicks gotta let Randall walk.
Yeah, I feel like they just they just solidified that they will. Like if you really look at it, it's like fuck it, yo. We ain't gonna be able to pay everybody.
Right.
And these little Villanova motherfuckers, they like each other. Like they get along famously. On and off the court.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a different leadership. That's like having like the Fab Five come to your team. When you really think they won a chip together, bro. It's four of them niggas.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I just wanted to show off this new 76ers roster for a second. All right. So on the bottom, you can see who we're losing. Obviously, some of these are some pretty big losses. DeAnthony Melton, he was injured for the majority of last season. Tobias Harris, who hasn't been productive whatsoever in the past 2 seasons. And Nicholas Batum, who actually was a great player and did do some good things for us, but he is getting up there, and re-signing him.
Gonna miss Batum.
Yeah. It's a necessary loss, in my opinion. But if you look above that, you can see everybody who we did end up picking up. So
just paid Maxey. Maxey
just
got
paid
his check.
Maxey. We paid Oubre for a 2-year deal as well. Obviously, Embiid was already locked in, but you got to put him up there because he's still the center of this squad. Right. And we signed Paul George.
That's a bad joint.
Huge contract.
There's a whole generation that think Paul George is the GOAT.
No, that's
and Sixers just landed that nigga. What'd you say, Kat?
No, Cash asked me how much. I was about to look it up. It is a 4-year, $212 million deal.
That's heavy.
Well, in 2 years, it ain't gonna be shit.
Why?
Network deals is getting out astronomical because of streaming and all of that. The competition that builds everything. The league is making way more money than it's translating percentage wise to
That's
the
the biggest deal out of the conversation.
The Tatum 14.
Oh yeah, but we never say to him today. We was talking about
we just said it. You wasn't
my bad.
It's cool. I got you. I got you.
We also signed
he locked in.
Eric Gordon.
Yeah, which is a big deal.
And Andre Drummond, who I previously already mentioned, right?
Yep.
So all in all, I'm looking at a great 6 roster right here. Add in Paul Reed. We still have to decide what we're doing with Kyle Lowry, what we're doing with Campaign, what we're doing with Buddy Hield.
All people that I
what
like.
we're doing with Mo Bamba. I think that
naming a bunch of people I like.
Those are all free agents currently. So we need to make a decision soon about where they're going to land. But I believe that's it as far as free agents still left.
Keep Obama, bro. They need to keep him.
Who else we need, fellas? Put it in the comments. Who else we need?
And who would you trade to get him?
Yeah.
She just read the list because I think that's interesting. But I'll keep it real. I think last season I didn't go all regular season. I was at the play-in game and I was at the last home playoff game. I went to both of those, which was phenomenal games, right? But I believe I'm gonna be at some fucking earlier in the season games next year. Like I got to see this shit. Is you crazy? I'm getting tickets. I'm outside, and it's crazy because niggas always offer tickets, and I'm. This season, I'm pulling up.
So in the comments, Willie. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you got.
Willie Will said, "I feel like Paul George should have went back to Indiana." Prince said 2 points in an elimination game, talking about Tobias Harris. And then
I was there.
Willie said Tobias robbed Philly without a gun, and he asked, "Is Lowry coming back?" Which we just talked about. Clinton,
love Kyle. Always love Kyle.
Keldepstein commented, "Overpaid." Could be talking about a bunch of them, but
no. You talking about scale shifts. Watch. Everybody's sticking up teams for what the future's going to get paid, just like in football.
And then Prince said, "Re-sign my cousin."
I heard that.
Kyle
is your cousin?
That's our cousin. Yeah.
I always fuck with Kyle.
I
Kyle's
love
a dog.
Kyle Lowry.
When Kyle was high school, college, one thing I liked about him was he was scrappy. He gave big men headaches. He was always snatching the ball out of a 6'5" nigga hand or 6'8" nigga hand on the baseline, and he ain't supposed to be down there. You know what I mean? And I always that's that Northwest Philly energy. Like I always was like, no, he play like niggas play. You know what I mean? It never looked like the Villanova way. It looked like he was still doing him. And then he transitioned into the league and took on different roles. But shout out Kyle, man.
With him being a defensive player, he's always going to have value for a midseason trade as well.
Yeah.
So I completely agree. I think he's worth signing.
That's a good point.
If you need to bring somebody else in due to injuries midseason, Kyle will have value for you.
He's always ready.
Yeah.
Y'all done said he was fat and he cook shit. Like Kyle be ready, man.
Bucket.
Yeah, bucket, bro. Real shit. And he know how to run an offense. That's all you need him for when you got all them guns. Facilitate, brother.
So going back to the original question in the chat, do we think the Philly team is going to stand up to this new Knicks superpower team next year? What do you guys think?
Yeah. We got. You said the Sixers, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Long as Embiid and PG stay healthy,
That's the big question.
it's over. Like we good.
I think what just happened was,
We good.
y'all remember the end of the season playoffs when New York was coming down to Philly and Philly wasn't, and niggas was talking crazy. And I told you I was at them games, I was in them lines when it was fuck Philly, fuck New York. Motherfuckers was shoving and shit.
Jumping,
Like this just got turned up 10 more notches.
I know it did.
Because they got tighter and the Sixers got tighter.
Yeah.
So now it's even more excitement around both teams that actually had potential to do something last season in a real way if it wasn't injury based.
I never thought that
If
we would
Embiid
get...
wasn't hurt, the Sixers would have went further. And if the Knicks didn't have multiple injuries, they would have went further.
Facts.
So now y'all just back up, motherfucker. We just got another nigga that can get 30 on both teams.
I'll be honest though,
That's crazy.
The Knicks healthy is scary. Like even this past year, the Knicks healthy was scary.
Mikal Bridges is the only nigga on the Nets that I consistently fuck with.
Yeah.
He's great.
No, they
He's
got
consistently
buckets. They
him.
got buckets.
He's
I just
great.
think it's crazy that
He pull
That
up
boy
and
Brunson,
dunk
that boy Brunson, something different.
It's
Brunson
getting,
really
it's
gotta,
getting
like,
He better than his daddy knew.
You gotta understand though, like I wasn't really I'm not even a fan of him, but it's like after watching his game, like he
Bro.
really know how to play the game of basketball. Like he's dangerous. Like
He
Every
puts
night-
the whole game on his back.
Every night you want to hate him because he's so good.
Right.
Like he's one of them niggas. Like you be watching, you be like, yo,
Like,
I
what
hate
the
this
fuck?
nigga.
Like, yeah.
And then when you be real with yourself, it's like, cause he's that fucking good.
yeah, that's crazy.
Am I a hater? Like you gotta start having
That's how I was. That's
conversations
I'm
with me.
like, this nigga making tremendous shots though. Like, oh, and he like mean mugging niggas. Like, oh, all right, he got that spirit.
But on the
just
flip
never-
side,
I
I be
just never-
excited for him because Dallas ain't want to pay him. So
Damn.
go show your ass in New York.
Yeah, no, he,
Biggest stage. You know what I
just
mean?
need us to be healthy. We healthy as come on now. We got PG,
Bro.
and Embiid.
And-
The franchise himself, come on, Maxie. You seen what he do in clutch games too. We not
And he
gonna
showed
talk
you he can
about-
get
come on.
50.
Easy.
He
Right.
can get 50.
Bang! The trifecta.
I just never
Once that
thought...
little nigga showed you he can put
Yo,
50
what,
up
yo?
and we still know he figuring it
Come
out.
on, man.
Oh no, is you crazy?
This yeah.
I never
Gonna be
thought
a
we would
full
get
circle.
to the point where people gotta go through beefs and shit though over the two rival teams.
Well,
It's
no,
getting nasty
rivalries
outside.
is always a thing.
Always, it's like what was
Beefs.
that? Chicago and
We ain't shit, bro. Them other
LA, I
countries
think.
where soccer is the shit.
So that
They
actually
go to the bar for breakfast. they roll out the bar and fight all the way to the soccer game.
That actually brings me to a topic that we have tonight.
Yeah, that's
Fight
wild.
in the arena, fight all the way home, and go back to the bar.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's regular. That's how.
We not doing that. We
What's the
lying to
boy?
y'all.
What's the white boy with the whiskey? What's his name? Conor McGregor.
Oh,
He grew
yeah.
up in one of them towns.
He's dangerous. Let's
So-
not get on UFC.
While we're talking about soccer real quick, if you guys have not been paying attention, the Copa Cup and the Euro Cup are both going on right now. U.S. obviously plays in the Copa Cup. That's the collection of South American teams, Latin American teams, and North American teams. They all play in
You know this shit?
this
No,
cup.
I know some of it. Like my brother, yeah, like it's some of it. For me,
So-
like, it's
Is he
knowledge.
not?
Though. You got, no,
I
it's
don't know all
knowledge
of
though.
it.
No, I don't know all of it either.
Alright,
It's
cool.
knowledge
So-
though. Like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm listening to
so
it. too.
anyway,
Alright,
so
cool.
they're still in pool play at this point, and the U.S. is in a pretty stacked pool. Also, keep in mind, U.S. men's soccer doesn't have the same legacy and reputation that U.S. women's soccer
At
has.
all.
So they don't necessarily win all the time like we're used to. And U.S. has Uruguay, who they're playing tonight at 9 p.m.
o'clock,
So
yeah.
please check that out after you're done watching us, of course.
I knew that.
And they also have Panama in their pool. They played Panama just this past weekend, I believe, on Friday. And during the match, about 7 minutes into the game,
Yep.
one of their players was red carded, which means in soccer, when you get a red card, you're taken out of the game, but you can't substitute anybody back in. So you have to play down a player for the remainder of the game. So obviously the U.S. was at a huge disadvantage from the rip because of that. However, they did play a great game. They managed to make a tie score 1-1 going into the half. Unfortunately, Panama ended up scoring with about 5 minutes left in the game, and U.S. was not able to equal, so they did end up losing. However, the red card was against a black U.S. player. Afterwards,
This
he
just got interesting.
was unfortunately the victim of online racial hate crimes,
Of course.
abuse,
Of course.
slurs, and the Copa Cup ended up coming out and making a statement, not just condoning that type of behavior, saying that that's not at all acceptable, that sportsmanship is a huge part of this sport, and players need to be treated with decency and respect.
Wasn't this the first time they did that?
It might be.
I think this is the first time that happened.
But I wanted to turn it over to you guys to see what your reaction is to this story, if this is something you guys had heard.
You want to see my reaction?
I didn't know.
All right. Well, I did. I watched the game on Friday, if that was when they played. And one thing that I know about soccer, and I just was talking about how much they fight each other and how territorial it is, it's the biggest international sport.
No, it is.
So there's
That I
a
do
lot
know.
of racism and classism and culturalism and every ism you ever heard attached to soccer.
Right.
Like, it's a big thing. And I've heard of something recently where one of the players won a case because of something that happened racially, and he had set a precedent, and this set another precedent. And it's like, these things are just now being accounted for. Like, these dudes have been dealing with what Jackie Robinson was dealing with to
Yeah.
go play soccer.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's a real thing. It's a real part of it. These people really rumble you. They really throw shit. They really run on the field. Like, when have you seen another sport where it gets as active as having a whole fire in the audience? Like, it never happens.
No, they full slide to people ankles, cuz.
Yeah.
So that one slide. Oh no.
In
No,
your
I'm-
whole
I'm
career.
Good. I'm good. He
In your
kicking
whole
the ball.
career.
Right.
Fuck
It's
yeah,
amazing. And you see, sometimes you watch certain plays, and I'm an athlete or a former athlete, so some stuff I'm like, well, that's sport. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
part of it. But some shit be like, that look a little extra. Was that because he was dark?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, is that, like,
Some
it's
shit.
weird.
Yeah, no, you do see shit like that.
Yeah. But what you think, Kay?
I mean,
I got you, Kay.
so as somebody who played soccer competitively, I understand exactly how this foul happened. Like, when you are playing against a team that's just being overly physical and constantly dropping their shoulder into you, off the ball, on the ball, you can't get away from them. at some point you want to punch them in the face. But unfortunately, and what this player did not do was you can't punch them in the face, but he did. And so the foul itself, I think it absolutely deserved to get a red card.
Right.
I think that, you know, he is getting a 2-game suspension from it. I think that is a fair punishment. But I think, you know, this does
racism.
It speaks to this larger conversation about racism, especially in soccer, racism in South American countries.
Yep.
Racism in Central American countries, whatever you want to call it. It's something that's very prevalent that, you know, it doesn't get talked about in the same lenses that we talk about it here in the U.S.
Yeah, that's true.
And being dark-skinned in a lot of those countries, they do still treat dark-skinned people like dirt.
I just listened to Gigs
racism.
talk about how people get treated where he from.
Yeah, and
I
it's
think
just...
that's East London. I'm not sure.
It's still out here.
Yeah, and it's without that same historical, like the way that we treat slavery and the way that we treat racism in this country and the way that we kind of dance around these issues, that doesn't necessarily happen over there. So to see like that kind of cultural clash, it's super unfortunate, and I just wish that was left out of the sport in general.
I want to add something to that. One thing that's also not prevalent there is they don't have situations like stop and frisk, for instance, where in the U.S. you have people that bring the light that this is not being handled balanced, so we need to fix this. Over there, it is what it is.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is, and there is no movement in sight that makes you feel like it's going to change.
Yeah.
Because when you protest over there, you get dealt with. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't like here.
Right.
So a lot of times you just live in those circumstances, and I could never imagine, because I've traveled. Driving through the South,
Yeah.
you start realizing certain stuff, and you be like, as many rappers as I like from down here, how do you drive from your house to your man crib?
Yeah,
The way they act out here.
Yeah, different
Yo,
though.
they got
They go smoke a blunt.
Sundown
different
towns.
Different though.
They got that
Yeah,
sundown town
towns is
shit.
a real thing.
Yeah.
No, that's a real
My
thing.
grandma told me about that shit.
We was just talking about traveling.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
The Green Book was a real thing.
And it's like,
and
damn,
parts
how you
of that
gonna
book
travel
still
like that and
exists.
gotta go through that? You can't even be sturdy for real unless you.
I always tell people,
You gonna have to be.
traveling, getting a Winnebago or whatever, and traveling across country is not a black person thing. It might be a dream. You might think about it when you were a kid, like, oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But by the time you're an adult, you know it's impossible.
You better off just taking a flight.
You know it's impossible. You got to go through too many
We gotta
towns, too
blend
many
in.
counties
It's fucked up. Niggas gotta
that
blend
don't
in.
like you.
You gotta blend.
You blend.
That's crazy.
Shit, I mean, and I ain't gonna lie, as somebody that's always wanted to keep my profile low for whatever reason, I've always bought cars that I could blend in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I never want to stand out. Even if I travel, I want to be able to just blend in. It's 8,000 Cherokees on the same highway as me.
I ain't
Might as
gonna
well get
lie.
a Cherokee.
I be wanting hot shit.
For real though, for real.
I be wanting hot shit, but nah, my fucking 08 lacrosse though, that bitch was red, cherry red. That joint was pretty as hell.
And everybody knew it was you.
It's short lived. You know what I mean?
Willie Will said there's sundown towns in Jersey still.
Absolutely. Shit, I've
That's
driven
crazy.
through Jersey recently and was like, this is not cool, and we was just burning.
I also want to bring it
I
back
just went to wetting out there.
his previous comment, because I think it's interesting. Back to basketball. He said number 1 Boston, number 2 Knicks, number 3 Indiana, number 4 Sixers, number 5 Bucks.
Can we put a wager on the fact that the Sixers will not be in that position by the second half of the season? I don't have all those teams over the Sixers by the after All-Star break. I don't. And I'm not a Sixers fan. They do have a championship coach and a whole lot of firepower.
When we coming this year,
Like, if they not in first, they in second or third.
coming this year.
Yeah,
Like, that's crazy.
this year gonna be.
This
it's
year.
And I
gonna
dig
suck.
the Indiana thing and all of that, but I think that you about to see something out of Philly you ain't seen in a long time, yo. and I think it has to be accounted for. Now the Knicks and all that, that's fly. Indiana fly. All of those teams are great, but everybody's not going to be above the Sixers, like you said. But that was cute. I respect it.
That was cute.
Bandana Dan said at the break, Sixers will be 24-24 and 2 bum knees.
Well, you know, the Sixers actually like buying bad knees in history. And that's part
How's
of the
that
reason
worked
I
out
never
for
was
us?
the biggest Sixers fan. They like to sell seats and buy bad knees.
Chill.
But it's cool. Let's get to some cash topics because he got to get out of here soon. Him and Bad, so we going to make sure we cover with Cash One cover real quick.
That's cool. I ain't have to do that.
Nah, man, we ain't got to do shit. I said I'm going to do it for you.
I got you.
You know
All
what I'm
right.
saying? Ain't
Well,
about nothing. K know how to. She fluid.
Yeah, she is.
Cash,
Shout
why
out
don't
to
you start us off with talking about your next upcoming battle?
So
See, yeah, I'll talk about that.
we got C-Cash versus whoever.
Bitch, you
the
wasn't.
fuck.
Oh, my bad.
I don't even know. Honestly, I'm waiting
I
on
got
the
in
guy.
my Geechee Gotti back. My bad.
We got Boss on the card though. We got Boss versus J1.
And you don't know
July
your
20th.
next opponent yet.
They ain't give me my op yet.
All right, cool. So we good on
What
that.
date is that?
July 20th.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
will be on that card.
First
You
of
just
Yeah,
don't
for
know.
sure. And we performing.
So
But
how
also-
does that work?
What?
Y'all perform first
After.
after?
After
So
the
then it
battle.
turned into a like a kickback
Like,
or a
yeah,
situation.
yeah, but it was already that going
Before.
on.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I'm with
Other
you.
people performing.
You know, I've
shit
been in
too.
a bunch of different battle
Yeah.
environments.
It was how
they
it was.
vary.
You was at the joint. The one I went to and the boy didn't show up when Bill was there.
Same joint.
Yeah,
same spot.
Not the same spot, different spot,
But
but
same people.
same people.
No, that was cool.
Yeah.
They still had little beers and shit.
Yeah, they had food, beers, all types of
Yeah.
shit. I told you they was blasting the weed gun. They had a lot of little perks and shit.
I meant to say something about that weed gun earlier. But
So,
But yeah.
what
So
about performances you got coming up?
yeah, we got a performance. What's the date that I give you? I'm tripping. I'm sorry.
I didn't have that in front of me.
No,
it's
it's
cool. No, not that
the
one.
show at Vox.
Yeah, when was that one?
July 28th.
July 28th. Okay.
Yeah, we gonna be at Vox Lounge performing some exclusive shit. You know what I'm saying? So y'all need to come down there. It's a nice vibe in there. Little section, get a little drink or something. You know what I mean? Tune in. We gonna do that. And what else I got going on? Videos, music. I'm like really working on like putting these projects out and getting him in the studio doing some singles and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So
Let's do it.
oh, shout out to DJ Too Tough. I fuck around and do a little project with him too, little EP or something.
Thought about it earlier. Long story short, Too Tough part of the reason I started hosting events.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I went to an event. My man had a lot on his plate, so I wound up grabbing a mic and just trying to keep things flowing
Mm-hmm.
and cracking jokes, talking shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was drinking.
Right.
BYOB. And Too Tough was like, "Why the fuck you don't do this shit?
Right.
You make a couple of hours, you have some." And yeah, so shout
Yeah,
out to Too
that's
Tough.
crazy.
And he's been a support since then, but I had to remind him of when he said that to me. Like,
Yeah.
bro, you don't even know. Like,
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that's facts.
So shout out to
I got the
legend.
chance to, spend down there a day and a half with the dude.
No,
just
Too
hanging
Tough
out.
a legend. He with all the white rappers too.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I've spent a
He
lot of
is.
time with Too Tough.
Right. I don't even want to get into
No.
that.
Shout out to Too Tough though. He's
Salute Too Tough.
yeah,
No,
he's a
'cause-
legend. He's an absolute legend.
He called me about an artist that was doing too much, and he wanted me to green light the nigga. And I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
he not red lighted. He just gotta chill. He like, you sure? I'm like,
He
bro.
called you on a Boosie tip, like it's time to go get this.
No,
boy.
I mean, grown men do grown things for grown business. Like,
Right.
Sometimes you gotta call a nigga to make sure that you can pull up with certain niggas. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And it's not no intimidation shit. Like he's a legend. He know how to carry things.
Mm-hmm.
He done traveled state to state before you knew it was a thing.
Yeah, facts.
Let's
So yeah,
Yeah.
them two performances and battles and shit. You know what I mean? We're gonna get them out the way.
Hop on the
Oh,
seat.
July 6th.
I need to pop out July 6th, man. My first battle, man.
Yeah, he on OTR versus Lyric
West
from
Side,
West
man.
Philly. Lyric, the boy Lyric that be with
Turn
Battle
the
Academy.
West Side up real quick, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be a
You
good
excited?
joint.
What?
And it's an acapella joint too, 1 round.
Fire.
Yeah,
How many minutes? You know?
5 minutes.
It
5
don't
minutes.
matter.
I just be asking because
1 round is standard 5 minutes.
Well, you rapped for 9 minutes when we went to Marcy.
And when I be really going, when I
we
really
went to
get
Marcy, the ball had 3
Bro.
minutes. You had 9.
Bro, because every 4 bars, niggas was going crazy, and you know it. They was. You know they was going
all right,
crazy.
so you had 7.
I had like a nice 6.
Okay, get his next topic.
Willie in the comments said Charlie Clips killed Easy.
Yes, he did.
Oh, it just dropped, but we've been seeing that one.
He
but
said, shout out to you, fam. Talking to Cash with
Appreciate
the
it.
salute and all that.
We're going to talk about Easy in a minute,
Appreciate
too,
that.
so stay tuned.
And then he said, y'all got a dope setup. Hope y'all should get more recognition. I
Thank you.
appreciate
Appreciate
that.
y'all, man.
Just share
Appreciate
it.
it.
Share it. Tell the people, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate you tapping in, though. Like, everybody counts, man. I only can
Absolutely.
entertain who's in front of me. And the videos are still live online. It might go viral later. Who knows?
Facts.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Rick Ross.
Yes.
Yo, you were a little too hyped to talk about
That
the worst
was
beard in the game.
crazy.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about the situation.
Oh, all right.
Why don't you just introduce it, Cash?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cash.
like,
It's all you.
why you always playing with me?
I'm not.
Me and you about to have a Rick Ross situation.
All right. All right.
Nah, Sammy, my God. Listen, this shit is crazy to me, though. Like, do y'all see that? Like, we can't play it, though, can we?
Can you introduce the situation?
All right, so this topic was Rick Ross in Vancouver, Canada. After a show that he performed, at the end of his set, he plays Not Like Us.
Or the DJ does.
Or the DJ does, or whatever.
Right. But Not Like Us is clearly playing.
When they're trying to leave, when they're trying to exit stage, they get approached by a bunch of Drake fans. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't see nobody with that wasn't fair skinned. Everybody had
You
light
saying
skin.
You saw a bunch of white boys.
Basically. It wasn't no black
You can
people
say
on
that.
that side.
Point them out, yeah.
I'm just saying, I ain't pointing nobody
No,
out.
what's the name said? What's the name
How that
said?
sound?
What's the name said? He got Henny Man said he got approached by the Sons of Anarchy.
Listen, and they was yelling out, nigga, what? Do something, nigga. Do something, nigga. What? Some shit. What, nigga? What's up, nigga? That shit was just crazy to me. And then like Rick Ross, the boss, 40 cars, 80 million or whatever million, 200,
Don't
whatever.
do that. Don't do that.
No, bro.
Don't do that.
How the fuck is you? What you
We
mean?
was just talking about
He had
traveling.
like 5 niggas with him.
We was just talking about traveling, and it's Canada. You know what's not out there?
What?
The John.
No, I know the joint ain't
You know
out
the
there.
John ain't there, right?
The joint ain't there. I know
You know
that.
who else ain't out there?
Who?
Everybody that's solid that got a record.
Oh yeah, because of the way you could get.
We talking
Right.
about Canada specifically.
Right.
Everybody else that I would have wanted to be that could
All
risk
right, so this is
everything
why I want to.
can't even get
This
here.
is why I wanted to talk about this, right?
Yeah, let's talk
So
about it.
now it's like, okay, if you know that, then why you wasn't sturdy, bro? You
But-
had to be some type of find a way to be sturdy, bro. You Rick Ross.
As an artist.
You got punched, bro.
Now
He
see,
got punched.
Meek ain't even out here getting punched.
one mistake, but perfect place to start. Right when they was talking and they was in each other's face, right?
Yeah.
He was giving niggas too much access at that point,
Mhm.
right? But when he got punched, did you see his reaction?
He looked like he was trying to get active a little bit.
He stepped back and he let security and an entourage handle the shit.
Oh, he didn't further
Every
engage.
time
you
it
saying.
got popping, Ross rolls away.
Mhm.
He's literally doing what he's supposed to do in the situation. He the bag. It's protect the bag time, right?
Yeah.
Sam Sneakers the DJ, but you still entourage.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. His security, we don't know if that was his security or security that was
From
assigned
the
to
show.
him.
Yeah.
We see that security that was at this event wasn't shit.
Right.
Them niggas was bitching. They was expecting to just pick up drunk girls all night, I guess.
Yeah.
But they're in the green room section of a concert. If it's an outdoor concert, that's backstage.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
this is supposed to be held down.
Right.
Like, that's different.
Yeah.
There's a lot of variables as an artist that you should see when you see that
No,
more
for
than
sure.
who gets punched.
No, for sure.
And that's my thing. Am I tripping?
No.
Like, we gonna take this loss.
Mhm.
The rule is we take the loss together, we go to jail together, we do all of that together.
Mm-hmm.
But Ross never took his chains off. He never ran and tried to steal a nigga and make other niggas react. The sucker shit we see niggas do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we seen a lot of these play out a lot of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
it was a weird situation, which probably could have been avoided. But I don't know who played that song. Because his DJ was getting punched on. So if my DJ getting punched on, he ain't still on stage playing records.
Who was the boy that was laid out that they had to pick up? Like
the nigga that was punching on Sneak. The bull that was, when they was rolling on the DJ is the nigga with the hair.
The dreads,
Yeah. When they was rolling on him, there's a nigga with a white t-shirt.
Yeah.
And then they push him this way. The camera follows, right?
Yeah.
Then the camera goes back. That's the nigga that's on the ground.
Damn.
Can we get that good?
That's the nigga. You want to show it? Can we show
You
it?
can show a part of it. You can't show the whole video.
The problem is if I show it.
Oh yeah, they're gonna flag it.
Yeah, they're gonna
It's
demonetize.
violence. Yeah, we on TikTok right now. But like, if you look at it, he's the dude that's laid out.
Right.
I had to run it back so many times because I'm like, what happened to him? Right. And then I'm like, white t-shirt, skinny, slim boy, white t-shirt. That's him.
That's crazy, bro.
So somebody turned up on it.
Yeah.
For all we know, maybe Ross could have good joint on it. Like, we don't know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, them circumstances is like, yo, this is why you got to be careful what you involve yourself in.
Right.
This is why you move certain ways.
Yeah, that's
this
what I'm saying.
you
If
tap
you
in
ain't
with
feel
locals.
sturdy about going to Canada, why even go? You Rick Ross.
He's the biggest boss.
So he can't not go to a show?
In his mind, and I'm not saying that like for me, this is how he's never told a story without building a castle behind it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
you
I
gonna
think,
tell him he can't go? Schoolboy Q gonna be out there in a couple weeks.
Right.
He going.
I feel you.
Yep.
Q going.
Yeah.
On Hoover, he going.
But
so to speak.
What's worse? What's worse? What's worse though? On BD. On King David. But listen.
All that, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Niggas going.
But no, listen.
And that's never stopped the rapper ever.
What's worse? What's worse? Not going or getting punched and looking crazy on the internet?
I've been in fights before.
Yeah, I've been in fights before too.
That punch on Ross was clean.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't stumble. He ain't buckle.
Yeah.
He didn't even get enraged about it. He
But
didn't get excited about it.
It looks crazy.
Like that don't like when you a bitch.
Yeah.
You get stolen. Be like somebody kill this nigga.
Yeah.
That nigga literally.
I had to rewind
that
it
nigga
to see if
literally
he
like,
actually
yo,
got
we
hit.
outnumbered.
Yeah.
We outnumbered.
And then he started playing football.
And from what I hear, the video is deceptive. From what I hear about the report from whoever said they was there, this is all, I don't have no facts, but this is what I'm hearing. They built a wall.
Mm-hmm.
You see about 4 or 5 dudes active, or 7 maybe. They said it was like 18 of them niggas standing there. Like they wasn't getting by.
Yeah, exactly.
But you see who's talking and who's really swinging.
Shit, yeah.
But like they said that it was teams of dudes that was in their line when they started to try to walk through.
Teams?
Like teens, like within the teens, like 13, 18, I don't know, but teens.
Facts. Yeah.
Like it wasn't.
That was outnumbered like a motherfucker.
It was 7 or 9.
Yeah.
It wasn't 5 or 7.
Yeah, that's a bad job.
But niggas went out. If you look, his homies was being the aggressors. They just was a couple of them lost. Mm-hmm. His big man caught a couple. Then he caught a bad one.
Yeah, big man wasn't even.
Big man caught a bad one, but he caught a couple.
Wasn't aggressive enough to like start the fire. Like
he was by himself as security.
Yeah,
in a security position, which is very strange. Like I might have got to the board with 3 of these niggas, to the border with 3 of these niggas. And one got through. Like I don't know how the situation happened.
I ain't
like Canada is always weird.
I ain't want to say just be super political, but at that point, like how the fuck do that look? It's just like
no, it's a bad look. But it's also about how you walk it off. Nowadays, everything about social media. The nigga took a picture in front of his jet and took a picture drinking champagne and laughed. And if he show his face and there's not no bruise on it, it's like all of that shit is all they care about, yo.
Yeah, I mean, from what I can see though, celebrities do not want to be in those situations.
Well, Ross has been in quite a few.
Yeah.
Ross has been in quite a few. Yeah. Ross done ran into a wall before.
So you think he cool with it? You don't think he tripping about that shit?
I think if Wingstop makes clears a bigger percentage than it did last year, I'm laughing at you, nigga. That's what I think.
Buy a chicken because they see him get punched on?
No, I mean, money seems to be, and prestige and posture seems to be everything to him to the position where it's like he's not going to let being struck strike him down.
Yeah, I get it.
Because he's not going to let you see him sweat. It might hurt him.
Right.
It's not going to hurt him publicly. That's Ross.
Right.
He builds castles in every story. But go ahead.
Ready to move on?
Yeah. Because we got to get through these cash topics, man.
All right. So, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Breezy is generous, man.
Here he is.
I want to know what y'all thought about this because
You gave us a Chris Brown topic. Oh, I like this topic.
Yeah.
I do like this.
it was a disabled fan. She came and paid her stack for her picture with Chris Breezy.
Yeah.
And Breezy
And
not
they took
only
dope pictures together.
yeah, right, and he didn't even make her look disabled in the picture.
No, he was
sterile.
great with her, yeah.
Yeah, so I just was thinking that was commendable that he actually refunded her money and gave her 10,000.
Yeah, they saying that he gave her I swear the numbers was like 1111, like 1,101.
Yeah,
Because that's
Some
the
weird
tour, it's
number
1111 tour.
Yeah,
So I think she paid 1111, and he gave it. He made sure they refunded her, and he gave her $10,000. I think what's dope about this story is always about a humanity in these men or people that are in position to do small things that mean a world to people that look up to them, right? Like that's always amazing. But I've been talking lately about Duval talking about when he got hit on that 4-wheeler and he was disabled for a time, and the appreciation he has for people in wheelchairs because you don't know how much they went through to get out of bed that morning. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I think that this is a direct correlation of being aware of what I was just talking about for the last couple of weeks, which is like a real way of just knowing, like, man, you know how much she went through to be here to show me love.
Facts.
You know what I could do. You know what I mean? Like, and it's one of those things, like, it affects you. You on a tour bus and you thinking about that young lady. Motherfuckers turning up and you like, shit.
Like, what if I was her?
Let me make a phone call.
What if I couldn't?
You know what I
dance
mean?
and-
Like,
what
let
if
me
I
check
couldn't
something
sing
out
and
real
dance
quick.
and do all these flips and all that shit? Like,
Yeah, like,
yeah.
that's one of them things. So
That's what.
I'm glad
that,
you brought that
that
topic
shit,
up. I
yeah,
thought
that
that
shit
was
touched
awesome.
me like, damn, that was dope.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
See, my topic's getting better, see me?
No, that's a great one. Kay, what you think about that one, though, real quick, before you switch?
Oh.
Were you aware of the situation, or?
No, I hadn't heard this until Cash sent it to me.
Yeah.
Because Cash is a good person.
But I think that that's dope. Yeah, I think for all the reasons that you just talked about, like the way that he took the pictures, the fact that, you know, he thinks about, you know, it takes a lot just for her to get to that venue probably, or, you know, even all of those little micro interactions of
Standing
like
in the line waiting
dealing
for a
with
picture.
accessibility issues, like all of that. And she has to do that every single day of her life. So for him to just, you know, take the time and give a financial benefit like that it's really nice of him. So
And shout
I
out to
appreciate
her,
that.
man. She a real one. She found somebody that she was engaged in, and she followed through in a way that people don't even support. She spent the stack to meet this man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't heard nothing about her getting out of Rolls Royce before she got there.
Right.
So salute to her, man, and best wishes and blessings for you, Queen. Absolutely, I think that was amazing.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be drinking and talking about this. You about to make me get emotional. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, because we know people, bro. We got them in our family.
Yeah, facts.
And they want to be a part of things, and sometimes it's hard to get them there. And she went out of her way. She that was a day for her.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a task.
That was, yeah. So I think that was amazing. Thank you for that.
No doubt.
Thank you for that. I think that was beautiful. Shout out to CB, man. Don't let him hold one thing against a young man for the rest of his life.
Nah,
As
please
black
don't.
people, we can't do it to him if they gonna do it to him.
Right.
Same with Will.
Facts.
All right. So next on Cash's list was
Kay, you could bring this one in because I really don't know much about it, but I thought it was a dope topic.
Well, it was on my list too.
Because my girl was telling me about it. She was telling me it was some things.
It was on my list too, so I got
Oh,
you.
all right, well, yeah. Go ahead. You got it, Sammy.
yeah. So Sam, why don't you go ahead with it?
So Ray J and Lemuel got into it was a fight. It was an altercation at least. Because I try not to make everything, but it was an altercation and it was a fight. But it seems like it had to do with BET weekend and everybody being in the same spots. But for people that don't know, Ray J is Brandy's little brother. And Lemuel is the owner, one of the owners and main people in Zeus Network.
Right.
So Lim and Ray J had a relationship at one point, and they were business partners at one point. Ever since then, Ray J has sold Raycon, which was his technical company, his tech company that he had, and he since invested in a network to become Zeus's competition.
Right.
There's things that happened that caused the split that we're not aware of, some that people are aware of, right? And then there's everybody turned up, everybody lit, and we bump into each other outside of the venue.
But my question is, don't Ray J got a show on Zeus Network?
I think he does. I think
so that's why I was like,
I think he still gets paid off of shows on Zeus Network because he's a creative director and producer on a lot of the stuff he puts hands on. Even the shows he's on that are Love and Hip Hop and stuff like
BET
that.
and all that. Yeah, for sure.
So what it looks like from the footage is, because we can't show it, you see a crowd of people. You see a white Jeep or a light colored Jeep. I think it was white, a Benz truck or something. And you see mad people standing around these two guys that are clearly going at it, and it's Ray J and it's Lil Wayne, right? But one thing about it, you keep hearing Ray J, allegedly, say, "I'm gonna pop you."
Chill.
He keeps insinuating, "I'm gonna shoot you." He keeps saying it. And they going back and forth, and they push each other, and it might be one swings on the other, and there's mad people getting thrown in the mix. And then Ray J, they tell him like, "Yo, come on, you know what your handler is supposed to do. Let's get out of here." And he goes to the back of this Jeep, and he pulls out a book bag. And then he walks around the front of the truck, and he digs in the book bag, and the whole crowd reacts.
Yo, Ray J tried to get active.
He tried to up the Blinkington.
Ray J tried to give out leg warmers on
He tried to up Blinkington.
Wasn't there cameras out there?
Cameras everywhere.
Is
and
he trying to go to jail?
He got on like purple
he
fatigue pants.
He probably trying to get invited.
He
trying to raise his situation.
He trying to go to jail.
You think he's trolling or you think
one hit,
bro?
Yo,
he tried to be Slick Rick shooting niggas from the stage.
you think he's trolling or you think he really was going to shoot?
No, I think he knew he would be stopped.
Right.
You got them homies. Because on some real shit, y'all done touched each other. Y'all done made security and everybody else shift all these times because y'all acting like y'all trying to get at each other. Why you didn't pop off yet?
Right.
Why you ain't run around that truck, run up behind him and steal it?
Right.
Like, get your shit up.
Maybe he really don't want the physical smoke.
He's been fighting against the premise, in my eyes, of being Brandy's little brother for a long time. And being affiliated and knowing real niggas and all of that. And still being somebody that's protected. He's been trying to bridge that gap in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And that's why the Fab thing went viral. That built the Breakfast Club to its prestige to this day. When he said he popped on Fab and everything, come to find out it wasn't the way he was. But he was so high and so excited about the fact that he got away with a moment.
Cocaine?
Like he was
cocaine
like,
is a hell of a drug.
That's more like the nigga that thought. That's more like the nigga that thought y'all was gonna smash him, and he like, and I got out of there.
Yeah, yeah.
But he flipped it to, and I, you know what I mean? He put sauce on it. Like that's what it was. Like that's just his character. So I think, in my eyes, I feel like there's no way Ray J was gonna pop somebody on camera. Two, it don't take long to pull. It don't take long to pull something out of the bag
At all.
Like you could be running around the car while you pulling. Why you get to the nigga and just start?
I hate people.
Most guns don't got safeties on it, so it ain't nothing to whip out and throw.
And
I hate people that insinuate shit that they don't want to do to try to intimidate people.
Like almost fighting? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, like when I was in jail, like we'd be sitting at the card table, right? We playing cards. Somebody say something, you say some shit I don't like, I say some shit you don't like. Now, let's freeze it right there where the tense is at, right? Where you want to fight at, let's freeze it. You could either say, yo, bro, go to my cell and get the door pop. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Or you could be like, pussy, what the fuck? We can rumble right now.
Draw attention to the situation.
So which, yeah, like, and the CO is right there where K at. Like,
I know exactly what you're
like,
talking
bro,
about.
you niggas
And
be,
I ain't never
you know
done
what I mean?
time, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but that
like
shit is so
I've
fake. I
actually
hate people
worked
that
in
do that
them
shit.
facilities, so I know what you're talking
Yeah, if you don't really want to get busy, you can get busy without nobody knowing.
And I'm
Unless
the type,
they see the mark on your face or something.
And I'm the type, if you don't draw, I ain't going to draw. Because I ain't running to nothing.
Right.
I'm going to take my time getting it. Get your shit off real quick.
Yeah, let's go.
How long fist fights really last? Like,
Right.
Get your shit off.
I'm going to try to clean you and we out of here. That's
A good 30 to 45 seconds and done a nigga.
That's how it be. Too.
Yeah.
Am I lying? 30,
For
45
sure.
seconds?
Not even like 15. You catch
Yeah.
it? What?
I'm cool.
You know, nigga might dance a little bit. You might tussle a little bit. But let me get an opening and it's over.
I tell a nigga we in school. I tell him meet me after school. He get loud. The teacher right there. What? You want to fight me? Fight
Same
me now.
shit.
I hit him
Same
one
shit.
time. Bing. He stumbled right in the corner. Oh yeah. I don't even want to fight you.
You hit him in
no
front of
more.
the classroom?
over.
I had to.
Oh,
Sorry.
man.
He disrespected
Been
me.
there.
See, but that's when you crash out.
No,
At
it
this
was
point-
though.
At this level, that's not.
childhood days. No.
You know what I mean?
I
No,
was a
been
kid.
there though. Like
Yeah.
I know a nigga in college that beat a nigga up in front of his professor because they had a group project
No, for
and the
real,
bull
though.
ain't pull his weight.
Mm.
So it was the day of the
You done made me
presentation.
fail, too. I'm about
And
to
he ain't pull
treat
his
you.
third or his fourth for the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And niggas is like, where your part at?
Mm-hmm.
And he like, I ain't, you know what I mean? And he really like, he did one of them Jones like, I ain't do it, what?
Right.
My man dressed him in front of the fucking professor. Boop,
Yeah.
boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
Little bottom on it. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
Turned up on it. Like real shit. Professor literally got him to stop because she said she wasn't gonna fail him for the shit.
Yeah.
He was thinking about his future. He
Right.
wasn't trying to be gangster.
Uh-huh.
That nigga needed that grade. Like
Uh-huh.
you playing.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? She had to throw the grade in him for him to stop.
Uh-huh.
Like no, you good. Stop.
you
Like
got
you
it.
good.
Yeah.
Like you did. Like stop.
Mm-hmm. Sad.
I just seen him a couple weeks ago. I was at the reunion cookout kicking it with. That's my
Sad
nigga.
nigga had to get his ass whipped so you could learn.
And mind you, I didn't tell him. I never would tell him what he did was right.
Right.
Because you could always wait till after class. Right?
Right.
Like we know that.
Yeah.
But you don't know how much a nigga go through to make tuition.
Mm.
And that's different than the shit we be regularly mad about in
No,
school.
for real though.
That's different.
Mm-hmm.
For real,
That's
though.
another level of shit. You don't know who his peoples, what his peoples had to do. We seen a nigga graduate because his uncle that was locked up took a loan out for him. Like niggas go through hell to get through school, bro.
You ready to come back?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Real me ain't K. I ain't shit. I just talk for a living.
All right. All right.
Ready to come back.
So,
This is another crazy topic. Kay, can you bring this one in?
sure. Prisons of the future.
Whose topic is this?
So, this conceptual prison implants prisoners with memories of the crimes showing from
saw
the
this.
victim's perspective.
That's
saw this.
crazy. Is this like, are we going to be robots at this point?
This like some Total Recall. What's that other movie when they punish you for the crimes you about to commit? This some weird futuristic shit.
Yeah, and if it goes down, like, what the fuck?
But how do they show you
This
their
is cruel and unusual.
Yeah.
What is like I think that it's extreme, but how does it even work? Is it based on the fact that AI can simulate? Is it based on the fact that everything's on camera? How do they get the victim's perspective?
It's conceptual, so I don't think you're supposed to think that hard about
So
it.
this is some Total Recall shit.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like Demolition Man.
Yeah,
You
I'm
come
out
out knowing how to knit
I'm about to read the caption.
for no reason.
So it says, It says, imagine a facility that treats criminals like patients. Instead of years in prison cells, sentences could be completed in minutes. Cognify aims to implant artificial memories directly into the brain, revolutionizing criminal rehabilitation. This new approach focuses on reform, not punishment, changing how society deals with offenders.
I like that you read that. You know why? First thing they said is to treat criminals like patients.
Mm-hmm.
That's not treating. You haven't tried to treat them like patients yet.
Yeah,
Like you skipped something. This is not
Yeah.
treating them like patients.
yeah,
Yeah,
facts.
I was about to say at the same
This
time.
is not rehabilitation.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you skipped both of the major points that was breezed through in that statement as if they applied. You never tried them. This is not trying them.
Mm-hmm.
This is cruel and unusual punishment.
This is
Yeah.
traumatizing. How are you going to rehabilitate
This is
somebody
Total
by
Recall.
traumatizing them?
What happens when we get to that point when they pass the shit?
How about, all right, let's have a real conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
When them gates slam, there's certain people that got to keep going back through them. There's certain people that realize as soon as that gate slam, I ain't doing this shit no more. I'm over it. I got to figure out something better.
Facts.
Who are you to gauge how much a nigga need?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I might already be good.
Mm-hmm.
Now you gonna just give me nightmares for the rest of my life? Like, I might have already been like, damn, I saw his mom face. That was fucked up.
Yeah.
I might already be there. I might be ready to help. niggas that's locked up next to me.
So what's
You just gonna make me can't sleep?
Wow. Now that raises another question.
Like, just think about the gap between somebody really being rehabilitated, because you have to rehabilitate yourself, right? It has to be a mental decision.
What's the real purpose of this thing that they thinking about proposing and shit?
It's the same shit.
Right.
I'm watching.
Might want you to go crazy.
I'm watching
and die,
Mary
right?
Kingstown right now, and I'm in season 2. I'm late. They just introduced the next generation of prisons that they wanted to build, and they took commissary, yard time, and everything out of it. So you constantly, it's like being locked up 23-1 or and no contact.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So now the guards is walking around in a situation with nothing to fucking do. They cool as you can wear your best shoes to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing going on.
Yeah.
So there's still a level
Right.
to where that's what they want it to be. This
Right.
is just a technological way
Mm-hmm.
to be able to all right, compare it to medication.
Right.
Sedating motherfuckers.
Right. Mm-hmm.
If everybody on the block take a prescription every night,
Mm-hmm.
part of their prescription is some shit that's gonna put them down, right?
Right.
Right?
More than likely.
This is a way of control.
Mm-hmm.
It's Demolition Man. It's all the movies that I've been naming.
Yeah, that shit. I ain't fucking with that.
Yeah, might as well just be legal now.
Y'all
Like-
had to kill me to put some shit in my head. Like, fuck
No,
that.
but it's weird. Like, they can really, like, one thing we know about the prison system is it's the last form of slavery.
Mm-hmm.
You have zero rights.
Mm-hmm.
You are subject to whatever they decide to do in the what is it, DOJ? What is it?
You can refuse certain shit, but they gonna put you in a hole though. You can't refuse certain
You
shit.
ain't gonna refuse, but so much so long, because once when you're, and you know this from being in any facility, when you're irate and you can't be controlled, they will shoot you with
They gonna
something.
sedate you, yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you wake up, you will be whoever the fuck they told you you were.
They gonna Philly Zoo you. Don't take your
Bro,
kids
when
to the
you go
Philly
into-
Zoo.
When
The
you go into
animals is high.
surgery, they tell you count backwards from 10. You don't remember shit till you wake up. You see what I'm saying? So when they put that needle in you, you gonna get whatever you got
You
coming.
ever been under anesthesia?
Hmm?
Yeah, that shit.
I had ACL surgery,
Yeah, that shit crazy.
bro, and I'm sitting there
You
like,
ever
damn,
feel
I ain't
yourself
telling how
slipping
much
away?
weed I smoke.
Off that shit?
Bro, I counted like 3 numbers down. I got like 5, 4, 3.
I wasn't counting. I was talking to him. They was talking to me.
Well, yeah, they told me they asked me certain things and then they told me to count.
Mm-hmm.
And when I woke up, I was on a cold ass table with my meat shriveled up. I'm like, yo, I don't like this at all.
See, you could have left that part
My
out,
bad.
man.
They violated me.
On BD.
They ain't violated me.
On BD, you could have left it out.
Trying to go viral. It's like, no.
All right.
Trying to go viral. I don't know how many people saw my shit shriveled up, though. I ain't like that.
Diddy.
I ain't like
Let's
it.
talk about Mike Knox.
Ooh, that's a good topic.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce this, Sam?
Me?
Oh, you okay?
You cool, Sammy?
I'm great. You go ahead.
Yo, alright, so everybody know about the situation with Mike Knox going crazy on Meek on Instagram on the diss and all of that. Me personally, I ain't think you should have did it just because if you say that Meek really was your friend, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, a lot of people do it. But if somebody are really your friend, I don't think you should diss them on the record. If they really was your friend, I just feel like you shouldn't do that. Like, I'm sorry.
But Meek did give his his regular Meek response, which was, you know, you can't talk like that and be in Philly or something to that effect, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that was one of the. This is literally the trajectory that we get from Meek every time, right?
So my whole thing is it's two things that you know go into this topic, right? So if you did something you feel like you should apologize for, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people disrespect people in public, so I think people are looking at it like, well, you should apologize in public.
Has become the rule of thumb, but it's not absolute.
Right, but at the same time, since when are we having accompanied apologies on camera with the person and the other person, and we don't know who else is behind the camera, and you know what I mean? So I feel like the camera thing was weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all left
Especially
that part
being
out,
as we from a mob city,
it would have been cool.
You know how shit
yeah.
go.
But I mean, like, in the same breath, it's like you got the internet running with it, and it's like it didn't have to. from what I heard, because I know some real dudes that got connections to certain people, and from what I heard, you know, like the playing field was even.
What I want to say is one of the first things that you said. What the hell was it? Oh, about Mike making a diss record about somebody that he claimed to be cool with, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever seen the video. I think it was on World Star when Mike Knox was in the van and he called Beanie Siegel. Y'all never seen this, right? All right, so there's a video where Mike calls Beans just before he went to jail. And he calls Beans, and Beans is loud in Beans' background. This is when Beans had the basement where they shot all the rap videos at out that crib. This them days, right? And he like, yo, hold up, turn it down, yo. Who this? It's me. It's Mike Knox. Before Beans got on the phone, he was calling him Dirty Dwight or whatever is, you know, he was doing all of that. He said, I don't even call him Beans, I call him this. Now all of a sudden it's Beans, it's me, it's Mike Knox. What's up, yo? First of all, yo, listen, I'm on federal parole. I can't get into no funny shit. That's the first thing Beans say. Mike say, no, we good, it's me, like, it's cool, like, and proceeds to ask Beans about, remember that time I bought you that bottle at that party? He never tells Beans that this is being recorded.
He did it?
And he's literally trying to explain to people that he did some extravagant shit for Beans one time by buying him a bottle. Which we're from the city. We know niggas that get money and we done got a couple of hours. Buying a nigga bottles like buying a nigga a drink. Unless you try and shit on it. Because there's some implications where you could do that with a bottle, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So this is the same person that did that, is my point.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
that
he
was
did that.
weird to me. Because when a man hops on the phone with you and you have him on speakerphone, and the first thing he says out of his mouth, camera on or not, is I am on federal parole. I'm on federal probation right now. I cannot get into no funniness. And you say, no, it's cool, and then try to reminisce with him to prove a point that you was making before the phone call. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's suspect.
So when I see certain things, I'm not surprised by it.
Yeah, that's suspect.
And this is not a made up vid. It probably still exists somewhere. You know, a lot of stuff gets ripped off YouTube.
I just want to say, you know, people is running with this shit like, oh, like he got intimidated. And it's like some people, I guess they saying that it was respectful because it was an apology and you didn't want to make a situation, you know, beef and possibly people get hurt or whatever the case may be. But, you know, what's your thoughts? You know, is it intimidation? Was it real? Was it genuine? And the narrative, can black men apologize to other associates in public in real time without it being like seem like they getting chumped?
I'll be honest. There's two downfalls in the apology. There's the state of his shirt, which looked like it was wrinkled up.
He said
he wiped his face. I know, and that's possible. But we talking about visuals, right?
Yeah.
That's why even if you ran a marathon, before I put you on camera, I'm gonna tell you get right, button up your joint. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get you right. And then there's the point that Garcia was ad-libbing the apology.
Yeah.
That's what made it look bad.
Yeah.
It was the ad-libs. If Garcia just stood there, most of the world would have thought he was with Mike Knox.
Right.
When he start ad-libbing it, it starts looking like pressure.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And we do know Ape Gang, we do know Garcia, we know how to, we from here.
Right.
So then other niggas that's from here start getting their own perspective on it too.
Thanks.
But my overall for him is, if that was genuine from you, like I hope the Jay Moore apology to SammieSTREAMS was, because that was on camera. You know what I'm saying? If that was genuine for you, then cool. You gotta hold that. He's responded twice. He's done 2 separate videos. He did
at Knox, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I seen one of them.
Now, he spoke well in both of them.
Okay.
He picked a good angle and he ran with it. If that's good for you, it's good for me. At this point. Because I don't want to see no crazy shit happen in this city. You know how it trickle down, bro.
Yeah.
Them niggas be on the road.
Right.
They gotta come back for
It's
the
gonna
funeral.
end up being your
They gotta
homie,
send
your cousin, or
cash
somebody.
apps, Venmos from the road for funeral.
Yeah.
So like we know how it go.
But
So
do
if
you
he
think
good
this-
with it, I'm
You
good
think
with
this
it.
taints his name any?
It depends because 50 started talking about other niggas and he ain't said nothing about Mike yet. That's viral.
Yeah, facts.
So if it don't affect his relationship with 50, which might be what he's trying to protect,
Mm-hmm.
like his opportunities, like he might know what's going down the pipe for him that he can't announce yet.
Mm-hmm.
That this will blow all of that shit up. So he might be eating crow. He might be just holding that,
Mm-hmm.
but you gotta hold that. You can't get mad at everybody. You can't start talking about running down because you was just apologizing to try to stop that shit.
I feel like this.
You see
right?
what I'm saying?
Any rap beef I ever get into, me and the rapper gonna know about it before y'all do.
Anything I ever been through, only we know about.
I don't rap beef with nobody.
Only we know about.
Like we grown men, we handle like real situations like men. Like we don't run to no social media to
I
handle
nip
nothing.
shit. I nip shit in the bud.
If we
or
really
let
got a
it go.
problem, yo, what's up?
You nip it in the bud.
You know what I'm
or
saying?
Let it go.
It ain't about being tough. We men.
Mhm.
It's it's an issue. It has to be worked out.
I tell you all the time, man. The more you acquire, whether that's family, whether that's financial, physical, whatever, the more you have to lose. And certain shit just ain't worth it.
That's a fact.
And if it's worth it, then there's no reason in bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Get it done. And that's what it come down to. That's all it is. So when you see a motherfucker, a lot of times you see these motherfuckers with money shit on people and be like, "He's not worth my time.
Yeah.
He low level." That's a real thing.
I know.
If my day is booked, you know how much 45 minutes of my time is worth? You nut. You ain't gonna make that this month. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it come down to.
It's true.
It's a real thing.
Time is money.
You want to get your tattoo from the nigga that you can sign a list for, or you want to schedule some shit and block out hours. You know how much that them hours is?
Facts.
It
I know.
is what it is, man. It's business.
All right.
Hopefully
Let's-
they being smart, though. Hopefully. But it look weird. The ad-libs is weird.
It is. The camera is weird. I told you.
The camera
The
is...
trenches card.
The camera is the 50-50. You did it publicly, then do it publicly.
No. Before we get out of here, I want to say I appreciate y'all for letting Boss come on and do his thing.
Nah, man. Appreciate Boss, man. I had a
For
ball
sure.
with you, brother.
Man.
You welcome back anytime, man.
I appreciate
Bringing guys up here.
y'all letting me open my topics. I feel more like a journalist every day.
Well, you know, the topics make sense. I'm gonna let you run them. I'm gonna teach you how to do it though. We gonna get tight. We
And
good.
shout out the Trenches card. Yo, shout out to OG Capri. He's on the card, yo. Read his name, yo. It's OG Capri versus who?
Salute OG Capri, man. We had a whole debacle on.
Nah, right. Salute
Married
him.
to the
But
bars with him.
who he
funny as
battling
shit.
on the card? OG Capri. Where's his name at? You see it? It's on there. I know it's on there. I know it is.
Dre Majesty versus.
That's the only one I can't see.
That might be OG. No,
No.
you funny as shit. He not on there.
Cook.
You funny as shit.
Yo, we gotta get the fuck out of here, yo. I gotta handle some shit.
All right, well,
But we
do
gonna
y'all
be
thing,
tapped
man.
in the car, bro.
Nah, we always
Yo, shout out to everybody that tapped in to support Bash.
K.
Shout out to
Yes.
everybody that's tapped in to support C Cash.
already know.
Y'all ain't gotta tap out though. We still gonna have some fun for a little bit.
Absolutely. Bandana Dan in the chat said Antonio Brown had ACL surgery and woke up Rick James.
I heard that. That's crazy.
That had me laughing over here
That's crazy.
when I first read it.
You killed that a little bit. I better have
That was
backwoods
funny.
left.
Only I only took one from.
Choke somebody. All right.
Yo, I'm gonna call y'all, bro.
Yep. That was the only comment, Kay. Pleasure, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You already, man. Cash.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
Good show.
See you, okay?
See ya.
Does
All
it
right.
really even matter? I am gonna prove. I just wanna know.
So we were talking about the trenches card.
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right. So
Is you down for me or not? Tell me everything.
Easy the Black Captains Battle League, the Trenches announced their anniversary card for August 10th. On this card, of course, Easy the Block Captain is the headline battle, and this time he'll be going up against Ill Will. Also on the card is Hollow the Dawn versus Av, Averb versus Sirius Jones, Riggs versus Texago, Zan versus C. Bree the Lyricist.
Shout out Zan, man.
King versus Z the Dropout, Sko versus Bo the Great, and Dre Majesty versus someone else whose name I cannot see.
The funny thing about this card is I really want to see every battle for different reasons. So let's start from the bottom and work our way up. Let's start from because the battle you can't say is probably the one you can't see is probably the one I don't care about.
Well, I'm about to figure it out so that we know what it is.
But let's start from the bottom and work our way up, and I'm explaining why I'm actually intrigued by all of these battles. Like, this is actually, personally for me, this is a good job for them. Baby James.
Dre Majesty versus Baby James.
All right, so cool. I don't know Baby James, and I've heard of Dre Majesty, I believe, in conversation, Maybe somebody spoke to.
Okay.
Put that graphic back up, though. For me. Cool. So, Sko versus Bo the Great, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sko is the nigga that been holding Easy down the whole time. That's Hurricane Do Brother.
Okay.
So, Sko is somebody that battle rap actually knows because he had times where he's from New York, I believe. He had times where he was getting busy, but he's not somebody that really chases the light. So it's similar to, he reminds me of a lot of our Philly battle rappers that just want to get busy or support. You know what I mean? He gives me that energy. So I'm actually interested to see what Sko is going to do, especially on his brother's platform. I think that's dope. I think that he's going to show off, honestly. I don't know who his opponent is, but I'm really excited to watch him. And this is how battle rap works. We ain't always excited about both. Sometimes you just want to see somebody work out. And that translates into the next one, which is a tournament final. King versus Z the Dropout. If this is a tournament final, and we know Z the Dropout was or is DNA's artist, White Jesus.
I was about to say, I've definitely heard his name before.
Yeah, that's White Jesus. That's the one that came out on Charlie Clip's joint and with Jesus.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that'd probably be a good battle. Like, just for, because. Then you got Zan versus C. Bree, the lyricist. And Zan is the homie. Salute to Zan. Shout out to Zan. Friend of the show, actually. Well, friend of my Glockaware show, but she folks. And C. Bree is actually dope. C. Bree dope as shit.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good battle. I'm excited to see that.
So
one.
that's gonna be a great, like, for the women on the card. That's
Yeah.
a great one, especially for like this kind of energy and vibe that the trenches usually carry. I'm sure they're not gonna change it because they kind of lean on it. Then Riggs versus Texaco. Riggs gets busy. I don't know who Tex is, but Riggs gets busy. So at least half of that'll be dope. Averb versus Sirius Jones is very exciting to me.
That's one you wanted to see?
These is two of the most arrogant, cocky motherfuckers that was there in the beginning and never seen each other, I don't think. So this is like major if you really get into like the personalities of these dudes and the legacies of these dudes and the sense of entitlement that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this is like a mirror match. Not that they have the same style, but they the same dude from different energies, different areas. You got a Midwest nigga and a New York, Jersey nigga, a Harlem, Jersey nigga, or vice versa. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
So it's going to be a wild one, and it's going to be levels. Like, that's one of the ones where, like, I had my glove up, but it went over my head. I got to watch it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a bad one. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like that matchup. I mean, Averb is always fun to watch. Sirius Jones, I've seen a few of his battles. I haven't seen quite as many, but I know that he's, he's very well versed. He knows what he's getting himself into.
Jones is consistent, yeah.
Yeah, he's consistent.
Jones just got to stay out here with us, man.
So it's going to be interesting to see them go back and forth. They haven't battled before, right?
I don't believe so. I think not.
Okay.
I think that's fire. I
That's
think
dope.
Easy putting that together was like that, and a Zan C joint is like, oh, you did that.
Well, and now let's talk about the top line. Hollow to Dawn versus Av. What do you think about that one?
Hollow is one of the most creative, skillful motherfuckers that can really rap, that knows how to make it look effortless. Like he knows knows how to be a gesture, and he knows how to be a asshole. Not so much a bully because he's never really in those positions, but he knows how to boss up when he's trying to do and bring it right back down to a joke. And I think that versus somebody that's witty like Av is going to be a hilarious battle. I think we are going to laugh at both of these gentlemen more than we've laughed at them. And I mean, because of what the other person said about them, not because of what they saying.
I have a feeling that one's gonna end up being a preference battle. Like whichever.
I hope so. I hope they make a
whichever
classic.
You like better, you're gonna end up going with. That definitely has the making of being a classic. I like that one.
But I think Av is the type that will put Hollow in a position where it'll be like, oh, is he trying to sun him?
Mm-hmm.
And then Hollow will be the one that can flip that energy on him.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, you just look stupid. You know what I mean? Like what's your purpose? And we'll get that too.
Yeah.
And then they'll just keep doing it or something to that effect where every round I have is like, but I don't know. That was crazy too.
And then finally, Easy the Block Captain versus Ill Will.
Once again, shout out to Easy. Because this is amazing.
Yeah, a great card.
For the
Great card.
last few battles he had, and the Charlie Clips battle just dropped. I want to speak to that in a second too. Remind me.
Okay.
But for him to be in a position where his last 3 battles have been debatably losses, is they're like, you know, you could say he won 2 out of 3. You could say he lost all 3. You could say he won all 3. Like all of these is like he needs a clear win. So to be in that position where you trying to get a clear win, but you still get as formidable an opponent as an Ill Will, I just want to, because we know Will that worked. Will is one of my favorites, and come down to being witty and a bully and smart and all of that. Like Will got all those intangibles, the shit that I really fuck with, and for him to take that on next is amazing. So I think that's going to be phenomenal because I think Easy know he got to show up. I think he been studying the game tapes.
I was gonna say, I mean, he definitely needs to show up considering his last couple of performances. Easy, in my opinion, hasn't really definitively won for his last 4 battles.
It's 3 and impossible for sure.
So this, yeah, especially for this to be an anniversary card, he definitely needs to come with his A game. And Ill Will to be his opponent, I mean, he's definitely taking a risk. Like, Ill Will is not necessarily a beatable guy all the time.
No, like, Ill Will is usually not a beatable person at all. And, like, you keep playing, you going to let caution take over the algorithm. And I ain't talking about my sis lady.
Right.
It's getting crazy out here in these streets, brethren.
Well, did you want to talk about that?
I mean, we can talk about it, but let me touch on the Charlie Clips battle dropping.
Okay.
I know a lot of people didn't see the Uppercut podcast. No, it might not even been Uppercut. There's a recent interview that Charlie Clips did, because he did both recently, but where they asked him about his recent battles, and he said something about how the battle with him versus Easy didn't drop yet, right? And he said people need to see that. And then he says, I bet he's going to drop it after I say this. And then the battle dropped.
Yep.
So, I don't know. It might be a coincidence based on the fact that Easy announced his next battle and card right after that or during that or right before that, whatever have you. But it just was very interesting because Clips was like, I'm glad you said that because now you got to drop it. Like, if you know, like I know, you shouldn't have did this, and this without dropping that. So now you're going to drop it. Watch this. And it dropped. That was crazy. Or Clips might have knew it was dropping, but it made for good. It was just interesting.
Yeah.
So, Clips versus Easy is the topic, or we going on to the caution ghostwriting?
Well, you were talking about You had just talked about that.
All right, cool. So let's go to Caution with the ghostwriting.
Okay.
And this is not Lady Caution.
Let me be clear.
Let me always be clear. Because Lady Caution is, this is not her. We would never be talking about this with Lady Caution, except for the times that y'all tried to put it on her because she's dating one of the biggest motherfuckers in battle rap. So I know that comes with the territory, but this ain't a Lady Caution thing. This is a K on an auction situation.
Woo.
Caution goes right. But you want me to introduce it or what? What we doing? You want to introduce it? I think you should introduce it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, Battle Rap Media is all astir this week because it has recently dropped that Caution has been getting ghostwriters. If you don't know who Caution is, she was the one who was recently running around calling herself the First Lady of the Bricks, representing RBE.
757.
She 757. She was also recently featured in a Chrome battle, as you can see from the graphic.
She almost won the tournament. Well, almost. She went deep into the tournament.
Yep. So
for Chrome 23.
if you remember, Caution kind of popped on the scene out of nowhere because she was featured in somebody else's battle where they picked her up and used her as a gun.
Absolutely, use her as a machine gun.
And then her career kind of took off from there very quickly. Go ahead, Sam. Why don't you tell them how it came out and what's really going on?
So to pick up from when she got picked up as a machine gun, Caution has actually had some pretty dope battles and showed a lot of promise and showed a lot of wit and intelligence in her writing. And a lot of people she was in a position where even Wing, who is a part of RBE leadership, said Caution's unique look made it a situation where she had to make sure that Caution was introduced the correct way so that people will want to hear her, despite the fact that she doesn't look traditionally like what people in battle rap are used to. So she was dope for a while and she did some dope stuff and she got like Rookie of the Year and all type of shit for being who she was. And then recently she did an interview where she said she was no longer a brick. Bricks is a faction of of RBE, which is their intake. It's part of their intake process. It's the rookies. It's the earn your spot. It's the y'all fight amongst each other and we'll see who's the dominant pup and who's the runt. It's that type of process, but it's also like a team thing at the same time because they're all at the same level. So she's announced after waving the flag harder than anybody besides Gwitty that she was no longer a brick. And a lot of questions arose. And as soon as she announced that, she was very vague about it. She said it wasn't something that I did in battle rap. There was something outside of battle rap that I did. That was her explanation and she was sticking to it. And then a lot of people came out the woodworks and started explaining what happened for her or for themselves from their point of view. One of them was Wing from RBE. Like I said, leadership of RBE. Wayne comes out and she says a lot of things and she has a spaces that goes for quite a while. And what actually happens is she adds a little more to the story about what happened with Caution, but still doesn't tell the whole story. But she also says a lot of things that start making people look at Wing different and look like she wants to run a certain kind of regimen or show, and if you're not a part of that in a way that is a little overbearing for battle rappers, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what really came out of that. But also what comes out is other bricks, former bricks, talking and being referred to, and current bricks giving their 2 cents on why Caution is no longer a brick. Now, we meet Peaches, who everybody says is dope. But what I'm finding out is Peaches was the one that Caution vented to, and she ran to Wing and told Wing what Caution was saying.
Oh.
Also, Peaches, Jay somebody 6'8", it's a lot of people involved, but Peaches and a few others came out and said that, based on Quai announced it. Quai said, Caution, you gonna throw shots at me, you wanna get here, I'm gonna put it out there. Caution got ghostwriters. So when Quai said it, then all these ghostwriters came out of the fucking woodworks.
Okay.
Mad people started saying, yeah, it's true, I wrote this, but it was because of this, or we was cool, and they started describing relationships that don't add up to the outing of her. But it adds up to trying to make sure you maintain your position in a position where the person at the top may be somebody that's emotional and will X you out because you took the wrong side. So, long story even longer, it all comes down to a bunch of people saying that Caution has ghostwriters. So Caution has been doing interviews throughout this whole thing with Angry Fan, 3 Letterman, and all type of shit. She's been in spaces and everything. And she said that she doesn't have a ghostwriter. She says she spars. The part that confuses me about that is sparring is not a new term. She's explaining it like it's something that she does that other people don't do. That it was misconstrued what she was doing, and everybody spars. Not everybody, but most people spar. Even Mook runs his bars past Lux, I'm sure. Right?
Sure.
So I don't understand how that's the point of confusion, or how she's trying to sell that as the point of confusion. But I also understand that everybody is speaking the truth to a certain line, and she's not saying anything that isn't already out there. So what happens is there's something between her and Wing that is personal that could actually possibly explain why all of this is going on and why she seems to be being attacked. But she's trying to keep it G and not out Wing or the people involved in the situation. Because she keeps saying, people keep asking her, if they're outing you, why won't you out them? That's internet shit. Caution claims to be a gangster and a real one. And what she keeps trying to explain to people is, no matter how hard they go, I still have love for people based on how I built love for them, and I will not go beyond my principles. She's not saying it that way, but that's what she's saying. She's saying, I'm not going to do that. I could say stuff, but I haven't said anything. She's on Spaces saying that people that are speaking on her situation, she literally said to the one girl, and I don't know her name, pardon me for that, but she said, you know more than me, so tell them. Oh, actually, it was Miss Hustle. She said, Miss Hustle, you know more than me, so go ahead and tell them. And somebody spoke and said, how does Miss Hustle know more than you? And she said, because I don't know all that was said. I know the real thing, and I'm not saying nothing more than what I said. So what's being spoke on, if you're going to speak to that, then you can speak to that. I'm not adding to it. It's her place. I think it's actually a respectable position, but I also think that she's dancing around the ghostwriting thing. I think she finds a long way to go about explaining the ghostwriting thing, and I think that once it gets brought back up, she says, well, I already addressed it. Where, if I'm somebody new that's asking you about it, I've heard you address it with those other people. So when I ask you about it, because you've given me permission to still talk about it, I'm going to ask you, why do you think that we find it, that they found it so easy to attribute sparring to ghostwriting, when sparring is a part of the culture? So how come every time it comes up, you tell us what you do instead of why they're doing it, or something deeper than that you may have done? You may have been burnt out. You were in a tournament. Those go buy and try weekly, right? Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Remy's joint was 3 weeks, and it was an extended period between one of the rounds for whatever reason. So, like, it's still rapid. Maybe you ran out of gas, had a lot going on, needed help, got a crutch, and that's what they're speaking to or alluding to. But you're acting like you didn't do anything, and I don't think that, in my opinion, humbly, I don't think that that adds up to sparring. What do you think?
I mean, fundamentally, I think that having ghostwriters or even asking for too much influence on your bars
Will
in
always
battle
put you in
rap
trouble.
is frowned upon.
Yeah.
So, at that point, like, I don't know what we're talking about. So
And we don't have any proof, but we have a lot of people saying that they wrote for her.
there's too many claims. There's too many people making too many similar claims that
Too
it's
fast.
like, yeah.
Smoke, there's fire situation.
Yeah. And also, like, going back to the way that she came out of nowhere and kind of rose through the ranks very quickly, that's a lot of pressure to deal with. So it's not at all surprising, necessarily.
The bigger conversation that's being had after the fact, and one that she's actually trying to transition it into, like you know how, like, when things go viral, you can see everybody's response and then pick your position?
Yeah.
Which is smart, but at the same time, sometimes it's see-through. She's saying that all of the main battle rap females have been accused of having ghostwriters. And she even alluded to Jazz in an example, but she said she wasn't trying to say Jazz has ghostwriters, but... What do you think about that?
I think that's true. I think every female does go through that sort of accusation, especially if they have a boyfriend or, like, have close affiliations with other male battle rappers or those types of things.
But she's using it as an out. As in, like, well, they said this about all the girls.
Yeah, that part I don't like.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's my thing. Like, it is true, but it isn't something that you get to call out when you're being accused. Like, that's a conversation to be had separately at a later date. Right now, you need to face the accusation and you know, address it.
I think that the energy that I'm getting from her is a little bit of what's Jack Boy main ex name?
Flames.
Lady Flame, mixed with a little bit of Yoshi G. And I'm talking about within her handling or acceptance of what comes with the situation that she's in. You go from being a G on one side and saying, I'm going to hold it down, I'm not going to put nobody out there. But on the other side, you're grabbing at things that are a part of the culture that everybody goes through and trying to, without saying you're being picked on, use them as I'm being picked on, and then follow that with, but they making me the most viral bitch in battle rap. I was trending all weekend. So you making me better while you think you making me worse. Please don't yawn in my microphone. Has become her new stance. Where, like, that's normal. I think there's a little naivety mixed with the gangster right now, is what I'm saying. Especially in the defense of the situation. She has battles going on as we speak.
Alright, that's enough playtime for caution.
We good with caution, because you just started yawning on me. You disrespectful. New auntie. You ain't even babysitting. Why you yawning?
Let's talk about the BET Awards, because that's why I'm yawning.
They were born?
No, they had me up late last night.
Oh, I'm glad you cleaned that up. I was scared. I had a ball.
So last night was
Ladies'
the
night. Oh, my bad.
BET Awards.
Oh. That too.
Hosted by Taraji.
Shout out to Raji, man.
And she started off the night with a huge bang by coming out with a Not Like Us remake. This is About Us. And the verses themselves were absolutely fire. So what did you think about that?
I think that first and foremost, we have to talk about the fact that the verses were actually talking about equity in the film space.
Yep.
And specifically female, but even more broad. She touched on a lot of things. And I think she bodied that. And, like, fuck whether she wrote it or not. She had a grill in her mouth and was rapping in Kendrick Lamar pockets.
Yeah.
about things that mattered to her, and she pulled it off. And I think that for that, I gotta do this because it's easy to be in an audience watching TV, whatever have you, social media, and say, I didn't understand every word she said. I don't know what she was doing. She's no Kendrick. But have you ever performed on the stage? Have you ever rapped knowing that millions of people was going to be watching this, a song that you thought you knew before you got to that motherfucker? It changes. I think she bodied that. What do you think?
I definitely agree. I think it was a great way to enter. But
I think she addressed the elephant in the room without dragging it out.
exactly, that was what I was about to say is, I think that some folks thought that this was risky, but I think it needed to be done. I think that, you had to address the fact that this huge conflict has been going on.
Right.
And everybody felt like they were taking a side and have been, having this conversation for months upon months. And the BET Awards is really a time to celebrate music across genres, made by, black entrepreneurs, black artists, actors, everything. So for that feud to still be lingering, she had to kind of cut that tension and cut that energy. So to utilize the song and really transform it into being about unity was really cool to see.
No, I thought it was fly. I thought she killed it. I think it went over a lot of people's heads, but sometimes, and most times, when you make art and it's dope and it's a moment, the moment isn't immediate. Sometimes people have to run it back, see it again, understand the perspective of the piece, whatever you were doing. Like, some people didn't know what she was rapping about. They got so accustomed to hearing the same song the same way in recent history that they didn't even dig what she was trying to do. But when somebody explains it to you and then you play it again, you say, that was clever. And shout out to whoever helped her wrote it, because that was fire. Like, they bodied that. And I think it was a awesome intro into an award show that I was entertained by, and I'm not an award show guy.
Absolutely. So right after that introduction, we see an egg appear on the stage.
We did see an egg.
And who is inside of it but Meg Thee Stallion? So last night was really somewhat of a coming back out party for Meg Thee Stallion. She was featured not only in the opening performance that was just her, but she also came back out for a performance with Glorilla, was it?
It was
yeah Glorilla.
Yep.
So, she got a lot of shine, and it was nice to see her back enjoying, making music and that type of thing.
She looked like she was enjoying herself, right?
Definitely. She looked great, too.
Absolutely.
As she always does.
Yeah.
And then after Meg Thee Stallion, we had a couple more female performers. So the performances overall definitely centered around black women. Some of the performers were Victoria Monet, Tyla, Lotto, Ice Spice. I know I'm missing a bunch. Sexy Red.
You said Lotto?
Yeah, I said Lotto.
Oh, we just wanted to say Lotto twice anyway.
They also featured a couple of black country artists, and a
Shabuzi and the young lady.
And some sort of international artist as well during the Sprite and sponsored segments.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But notably missing, outside of the one country performer who was male, and Will Smith, who performed some new music, there were no other real male performers.
It's a fact.
So what did you think about that in general?
I wasn't mad at it because it's multiple reasons, but the most important one is we want the stage to reflect the field, right?
Yep.
And for the last handful of years, we've been talking about women having a moment and women running the industry and changing the narrative and how many of them are popping and who's getting certain light because who's attached to whose brand and who doesn't do this because they, you know what I mean? There's a lot that goes on in the mix of all of these awesome talents that are female getting their shit off. So for it to be a year where a lot of men are picking sides and a lot of the men that have popping records are actually at war and doing things and or on tour, why not let the ladies hold it down and kill it? Even when it comes down to the Usher tribute, which I'm sure we're going to get into, I wasn't mad at the way that they reconstructed some of our favorite songs to fit the moment and the talent that was performing it. Like, I understand artistry in a different way. So I know the casual audience watches these things and they say, I want to sing along to the thing that I'm used to singing along to for the last 5,000 times that I sung along to it in the way that I know it. But sometimes you just got to fall back and see what somebody else did with it. Especially in a tribute situation.
Well, since you're already talking about it, the Lifetime Achievement Award for BET went to Usher this year. And as is tradition, they put together a tribute where other artists performed some of his most notable hits. There was definitely some backlash I saw online. A lot of folks were not big fans of this year's tribute. They either thought that the songs that were selected were not the right ones to showcase the full range of Usher's career, or they thought that the artists that were chosen to play tribute to him were not the right artists. Some of the artists who did get to pay tribute, obviously it opened up with Childish Gambino.
Great.
Who did a fantastic job. There was also Tinashe,
Yep.
Coco Jones.
Coco.
I'm missing somebody. Oh,
Marsha
Chloe.
Ambrosius.
Marsha Ambrosius and Chloe Bailey.
The fact that part of the backlash was Marsha Ambrosius should never do a Usher song makes me very skeptical about the rest of the shit people gonna say. Because it's like, you know what we talking about? Do you know that she killed that? Do you know that Childish Gambino killed that last night?
He definitely did.
He even killed his speech, but that's a whole nother topic.
I'll be honest, some of those renditions, like, I would listen to the other artist version almost
Also,
the same, like,
yeah.
in addition to
Yeah.
Usher's, of course. I thought that they did a great job. I was very impressed by it.
Music is energy and vibe based, right? So to have another great talent or talents add different energies to an already great record without stripping away the greatness of it means that it's available for a different mood. You might have loved it in the car in the club. Now you might love it on the beach. Now you might love it at a kickback. Now it might be great background music. Like, they gave you another way to listen to the record.
Right.
And didn't take any of the quality of the record away from it, or it wouldn't have been on that stage and I wouldn't be talking about it because I know quality music.
Absolutely.
So I just thought it was awesome. I thought it was dope. I thought his speech was great. I'm glad his sons was there. What'd you think about the little shout out energy he threw towards his baby mom?
I thought that was nice. I didn't take it any type of way.
Well, that was one of those things when he said it, everybody's heart dropped because she might.
Right.
Because what he said was such and such. He referenced, to be clear, Swiss Beats' ex-wife and Alicia Keys and their relationship of trying to be responsible co-parents and all of that, right?
Yep.
And then he shouted out his baby mom and said, "I'm trying." And he held it.
Yeah.
And then he said, well, you got to go with the first step first. What did you think about that? Like, that's specific as hell. Do you think she's going to take well to that?
I mean, in that sort of public scenario,
Exactly.
with most women, probably not. And like, I don't know the ins and outs of her relationship with his now wife, and how that came about, or what their dealings are. So I don't want to speak too much in that situation. Like,
Well, let me explain something, because you young, so there's something that predates all of that, right? His original baby's mother and wife was an older woman that I believe was a part of his business, like a dancer or somebody on a tour or something to that effect. His mom never approved of her. She didn't like her. And shortly thereafter, his mom was no longer his manager. And then they did their thing. They had, I think, 2 kids, which is probably the 2 sons that was there that night.
mm-hmm.
And then a lot of turmoil existed shortly thereafter. So when he shouts her out, this is something that we've already publicly known about. And his mom was sitting next to his sons and was just shouted out for being the original momager. Right?
Right.
So there's a lot of layers to that statement that he made that you or the audience may or may not be aware of. But no, she was the one that like put a hiccup in his relationship with his own family.
Wow.
So to say that publicly, like even when he said it, he was like, that was heavy, right? Like that's a lot.
It was unfortunate that, at least on the broadcast I was watching, the audio was cut out during a lot of his speech.
BET has since apologized, and I watched the full speech.
Great. That being said, I do want to give BET their props, because other than that situation, the performances themselves were definitely of a much higher quality than what I've seen
On consistency, yes.
previously at BET Awards.
Everybody's performance, or at least the presentation, was amazing.
Yeah. And, everything else, like, really went without a hitch. So I think BET deserves a round of applause for that.
And I think we skipped something, too.
What did we skip?
Shout out to Mouse Jones that had the pre-show rocking. Shout out to Pretty V that had the pre-show rocking. Shout out to Tank that was a part of rocking the pre-show. Remember, the pre-show actually was engaging, and salute to the idea of tying in what Mouse Jones does and bringing audience members on stage to compete against each other on a lot of our favorite songs. Like, I thought that was awesome. I thought that to see Mouse Jones, if anybody doesn't know where he comes from, he's from the vlogger era, one of the best eras in hip-hop. And he was one of the main voices on Twitter for a long time. And when podcasting started popping, Mouse has been in and out of this version of media for quite a while. But he's a small guy from, I forget what part of New York, with a lot of personality, a lot of know-how, a lot of connections. And he did a great job of hosting the pre-show and red carpet for the BET Awards. That's a big undertaking. A huge undertaking, and he wasn't the only one, but he stood out to me because I know where he come from, and I know that was a moment. Shout out to it wasn't Tigger, but it was my other homie, the one that got, I don't want to say it like that. What was his name, man? But he was hosting too on a pre-show with the red suit on.
The red suit.
What's his name, man? Damn, he's awesome. He was in all the Tyler Perry movies and all that. But no, he did a great job too. But I just wanted to shout out Mouse Jones because I know what that moment was for you, similar to Gina Views and the things that she has going on. Shout out to Gina Views. I just like to see people that on ground level people could respect, and at the and on a higher level people admire and see themselves in. And watching them catch their moments, similar to the pop out with Kendrick. It's like watching people that work hard, damn near at an intern level, just to be able to be seen, heard, and respected. get those moments is beautiful. So shout out to Mouse Jones, shout out to the BET pre-show, and damn it, I'm mad I can't remember your name, homeboy, but you did your thing too. And shout out to the DJ, man. Shout out to the audience. The energy was beautiful out there,
Absolutely.
and I know y'all was hot.
Now going back to the awards.
Okay.
One of the awards that we also saw was Album of the Year, where Killer Mike won for Michael.
Yeah.
Sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping.
Yup. There you go. Yup.
After which he made a very heartfelt speech.
Killer Mike wins the speech every time.
If you remember, Killer Mike was arrested prior to an award.
It was right after he got his. It was right after he got his Grammy.
Right after he got his Grammy, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So, and he was, escorted out of the building. It was a whole thing. So unfortunately, he didn't get to experience his Grammy the way that he should have. So this time, when he received the award, he made a very heartfelt speech where he referenced that incident and talked about what happened in his response to it. So
Can
what
we
did
play
you...
it? No?
I don't have it queued.
All right, cool. Two things, right? One thing, when he was arrested and everybody asked him how he felt in that moment after winning, I think there was the 3 Grammys that night, and winding up in the jail cell, he said, I could have spent my time complaining and woe was me, but I spent my time thanking God for the night and everything that he was providing for me. Let's be first and foremost clear about his perspective on the situation. He was not necessarily bitter and has since been cleared of those challenges actually within the last week. He was cleared of those charges. I'm sorry. When it comes to the BET Awards and the speech he gave at the BET Awards, he was bigging up our community for putting him back in that building in the place of prominence, for picking him back up. And I thought that was phenomenal. I thought it was amazing. I thought that, he's so eloquent. You got to understand, this is a man that sits in the barbershops and goes to the politicians and talks with the politicians and tells them that if they don't give him anything based on the leverage that his community needs, that he's not going to participate, and they make it happen for him. So he's way bigger than an artist. We literally looking at a branch of the Tupac tree, right? Somebody that's worried about both sides. They're worried about everything, and is really using his power in a beautiful way. So for him to be that humble, or for him to draw those parallels that a lot of people that have probably watched both shows didn't really realize were happening in real time, in the way that he holds up his wife, his queen, all the time. It's just a beautiful thing to say, man. It's a beautiful thing to see. Mike deserves everything. But you can't hurt that man. They're going to literally have to sit him down for a long time if they think they're going to steal his joy. And I love to see it. It's well deserved. Michael was a phenomenal project. He put a lot of blood, sweat, tears, money, and his wife sacrificed.
Absolutely.
Hey, baby, I thought this was going to cost me 80 grand. We had about 150, but I'm on to something. Hey, baby, I know I told you 180 last time, but we're going to have to spend the whole quarter. A little 250. We're going to have to do that. And now he's reaping the benefits, and so is she. And she looked proud and phenomenal and great last night. Somebody else I think looked great last night. Flau'jae.
Absolutely.
Flau'jae, I'm going to give you one of these. You did that. They keep trying to represent you and Angel as rough around the edges, but y'all clean up gorgeously. Y'all are athletes first and foremost, so they gonna see y'all sweating more than they see y'all shining. But keep showing them how you can shine, because you look good last night, man. You did great. What do you think about her dress, the green with the little swoops and the
beautiful. I loved it.
And I be in the gym doing crunches. I'm gonna show y'all all of this, but I'm not gonna show y'all everything.
Yes, no, I thought it was great of Tajay to give her just that little bit of shine. I said Tajay. I've combined their names.
Tahiri?
Yeah. No, the host.
I
Did you just blank too?
thought I said Tahiri.
Oh, okay.
Oh, was it Tahiri? All right. We might both be drunk. Go ahead.
So when she gave her the mic and let
Did
her
Chad ain't tell you?
no, let her get her little shine off and tell the world that she has a new song out with Lil Wayne.
Big deal. Huge deal.
She utilized that opportunity really well, and she looked great while she was doing it. So I thought that was fantastic for her.
No, I thought that was fly as hell. I thought that and I keep saying this, with her as a personality and an athlete and a young lady, we're gonna see something that we haven't seen before. Like, she's just as talented in the booth as she is on the court, and she has a high profile, so she can make a lot of things happen. And she's in a position where she carries herself in a way where people want to support her, right? That Lil Wayne feature, that's what dreams are made of. That's what's to die for. That's like the final boss in people's career. And she got it early because she had a profile to garner it. And she's actually ill. She gets busy.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to that young lady. You looked great last night, though, man. You look phenomenal. I just wanted to make sure we pointed that out, because a lot of it is going to Angel Reese and her doing the strides and the things I spoke to earlier. Last night you put your feet in the sand, young lady.
And one more thing about the BET Awards. Childish Gambino needs to win more, because it's unfair that Sam Smith has just as many BET Awards as he does. That's crazy.
That speech he gave was phenomenal. And it was witty, and it was respectful, and it was very well placed. And I think that a lot of people think that they didn't know he was going to say that. Nothing that goes on TV isn't, at that level, isn't pre-thought out and pre-rehearsed. Trust me.
Absolutely.
Trust me. They knew they was going to take their lashings, but they knew they was going to get a moment. And that's a good balance for a network, especially during an award show.
All right. Anything else about the BET Awards before we move on?
Just salute to everybody that was a part of it. I enjoyed myself, and whatever I forgot to get. Oh, no, we got to talk about them babies.
Babies.
The babies. We got to talk about Eris and,
Oh, my God. Yeah, we totally forgot.
I talking about the babies. Are you crazy? Them
Oh
young
my
queens that was
God.
up there
They killed it.
with the BU
Yes.
and the classroom and the dance moves and the confidence and the
Yes.
Oh my God. I apologize, queens. Y'all bodied that, yo.
Yes.
I mean, we support children when they get on stage and they do their little recitals and things, right? We get excited no matter what they do.
Right.
It's like, oh my God, I know you can sit still that long. That's awesome. You did the hands on time with everybody else. That was beautiful. These young ladies are coming for y'all spot, yo. They are ready. They are talented. They are absolutely beautiful. But, like, they get it at their level on a way that you figured it out when you was 22. So be careful. Tread lightly, because there's more of them than it is us. These little queens tore it up last night. I was so impressed, yo.
Especially for their age. Like, they did so well for their age.
Above and beyond.
It's crazy.
It was amazing. And it's like, we know Eris is a star. And it was the other young lady, Yaya.
I wanted to say Lele, but...
Damn, I'm sorry, sweetie. But both of them equally held it down. They knew when to step out, and they knew when to come back together. And they knew that they had a joint. And they have a record. That record is a good record.
Van Van.
Van Van, that's her name. Shout out Van Van, man. The pink and yellow, like, everything was awesome, yo. Everything was awesome. I literally, like, we talk about what direction the music game is going in, and then you see a young savant, and you like, we gonna be alright. And we saw two of them last night, so I want to do this for them young ladies, young queens. Shout out to Tip and Tiny. Shout out to Van Van's folks. We got a couple in the city right now that's bubbling. One I'm hoping to get on soon, and maybe we'll get both of them on. I don't know how long we gonna talk to them, But we talking about some dope young ladies that are making moves in the city, similar to what these young queens are doing. So I'm excited to see it, man. I'm excited to see it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So, before we forget, I wanted to make sure that we reminded all the people that
What?
Criers is premiering on July 13th.
Oh, my bad. Wrong button.
If you tune into our channel regularly, we are dropping an episode on Thursday with one of the filmmakers behind this new film. It's said to be the Philly Film of the Year. And it's premiering July 13th at Regal Cinema. You can get your tickets online at redemption46.com.
Shout out little cousin Zach. If you know me and Zach, you know I was joking. I had to hit the button on him one time. But no, super excited about this premiere. Uber excited. I'm pretty sure we're gonna put something on the channel after we go to this premiere. Because I'm excited. Go ahead, Kay.
Absolutely. No, I mean, I just wanted to make sure that we brought it up and reminded the people to go get their tickets before it sells out.
Shout out to cousin Zach. His episode drops
This Thursday.
at 4 p.m. on the Sippin' with Sammy channel. He will explain in depth what all they learned, went through, things that they tried. He found plenty of spots to explain that these are things that hasn't been done at an independent level in this city, that they made happen in this film. He talks about the care that it took. He talks about his growth process, and he's really, really excited. We will be in King of Pressure for the premiere.
Word.
Shout out Black De Niro. See, I'm drinking.
All right.
Go ahead.
So, while we're talking about things going on in Philly, I got an email today that Danny Swift Garcia is having his first fight card under his new promotion company.
That email was long as shit.
Here in Philadelphia. So he's going to feature a bunch of local amateur and professional fighters, as well as some from as far away as Canada, DC, and the like. You can see the names listed on the screen. But yeah, I think it's super dope that he is putting together this opportunity for some of our local fighters to really get a lot of attention. As you know, Philly, is a fighting city. We have a long legacy of building some of the greatest fighters in the world. So I think for him to shine this light on some of the up-and-coming folks is really dope to see. But what did you think?
I think that's fire. I think that we've seen a lot of fighters similar, but we haven't seen one in Philly in a long time, where like Danny is one of those ones that he fights with the city. He fights for the city. He wants to make things better. He wants everybody to be included in the ride and the journey. He built the music studio in his boxing gym. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of the ones that likes to feed the need of the people. And I think that to be able to platform people in a certain way when you get in a certain position is right up Danny's alley. That's what he's been doing. So I don't think that this is surprising, but I think it's amazing, and I'm glad that it's here now, because this could also be something that Danny does after fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Danny's still active and still very much sharp at his level. So I just think, like, we talk about legacies all the time, man. You want to be a part of somebody's why. You want somebody to say, I was doing this and then somebody gave me an opportunity. And I think that a lot of people will be able to say that about Danny with this trajectory and this type of thing. I think it's awesome.
Absolutely.
Did I do that well? That was cool?
Yeah.
No, I think it's beautiful, though. Salute to Danny. And Danny, whenever you're ready, bro, but I'm going to give you one of these in the meanwhile.
And one more thing.
And I've been around and met Danny plenty of times. He's a great guy. Great guy. Just not one of the homies yet.
One more thing, Philly specific.
Oh, this is a biggie.
Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute.
Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground.
Oh, my bad. I got sidetracked.
All right, so if you haven't been paying attention, WeTV came out with a new series called Deb's House, where Deb Antony has a reality show where she brings female artists into a house to teach them about the music industry and see who has the chops to eventually become an artist that she manages. So, two Philly legends are
Young legends
are on this show, Rocky and Hot Chalk. And during episode 1, so spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the show, please tune out now. During episode 1, Rocky and Hot Chalk kind of start to get into it.
No.
Episode 2.
Right. Episode 1, Rocky makes the house and Chalk gets in home, which is very important.
All right.
So episode 1, Rocky clears, Chalk doesn't make it. Chalk is visibly disappointed, clearly dressed to the nines for her situation to be in the position that she was in. And she said she went through a lot to get there. She actually said that her boyfriend got locked up and she had a hard time getting out there and they sent her home, which is very important. And then in episode 2, one of the girls that Deb had already identified as being an issue, a potential issue, got sent home. And at the end of episode 2, Deb calls Hot Chalk, and we don't know it's Hot Chalk, but I knew it was Hot Chalk, and says, I need to talk to you. I made a mistake. I need you to come back to the house. So in episode 3, Hot Chalk and Rocky bump heads. And it's initial. It's like as soon as they see each other, and it goes from you ain't shit, you ain't better than me, to you can't beat me up, to when we get home I'ma dick you. Was what Rocky said. Which, if you know Philly slang, when a female say when we get back to the city I'ma dick you, she really gonna work you over, and she's not playing. That means it's on sight. So we were left in a position where it was like these two girls that we both know deserve this opportunity. Because Rocky is somebody that, in my Glockaware days, especially once we added Fly Girls to the Fly Boys, we play Rocky shit all the time. Like, she's fire. And she's put the work in. And she's elevated and met the people. And she needs an opportunity. Hot Chalk is somebody also that you fall in love with her skill set, her energy, and her storyline, where she needs the opportunity. So immediately when these two girls wound up in the same house, we wound up concerned that they can be each other's detriment. And the reason that both of them get kicked out, because Rocky almost got kicked out with the girl that Hot Chalk replaced. Was that fair to say?
Yeah.
Alright, so now you pick up.
So eventually, in the most recent episode that came out, Rocky and Hot Chalk do have this moment where they actually mend the fences and make up. And during this moment, they kind of recognize what they're doing, not only within each other as women, but also as representatives of Philly. And I thought that was really dope to see them kind of put their differences aside and
Absolutely.
recognize that, like, hey, this is Philly. Like, we can fight in the house, but when we're out here, like, we're united.
That's the Philly thing, though. Like, the Philly... the way the brotherly love thing gets so misconstrued all the time is that they think that brothers don't fight. Or they present that brothers don't fight. The Philly thing is that we all fight each other. But we will all fight you. That's it. In-house, things go on. Similar to what Atlanta was thriving off of until the government got involved in. A lot of stuff is going on in the city. It ain't y'all business. But when y'all take a shot at the city, all of us are coming at y'all. Look at what's going on in LA right now when the biggest artist in the game took a shot at one of theirs. All of those rivals and all of those people that was beefing that whole time decided that they had a common enemy. It's just like the comedians say we need the aliens to come, so we got a common enemy. That's what Philly is. Philly has always been that. So I'm glad that they got to the point that they reconciled it and that they figured it out. But at the end of the day, where do you attribute that to? Do you attribute it to that former challenge right before that when everybody was forced to strip themselves of their persona? Or do you think that it's just natural progression of they weren't around each other long enough to realize that they respect each other or like each other? Do you think that the challenge sped the process?
I think
Because the challenge humbles everybody.
yeah. I think the challenge had a lot to do with them making up. I think also knowing Rocky's energy, at least, like a lot of that initial situation is measuring your attitude
Yeah, she
and trying to figure out, like, how are you going to react in future situations?
Yep.
Are you somebody that I can joke around with, that I can be real with, that I can tell you how I'm actually feeling about you?
Are you pussy?
That too.
Mhm.
Or are you somebody that I actually need to, respect your boundaries, whatever. So I think that was a lot of what that initial interaction was. And
So
then I
that's
think
two lions.
for Chalk, I think that from her perspective, she wanted to get a little bit of a lick back because she felt slighted by not getting a
The
feature
response.
and the response that she thought that she deserved.
Bitch, you think you better than me.
Right. So I think the combination of those two energies was definitely going to be met with some sort of conflict immediately, knowing Philly personalities. But the fact that they were also very superficial type of reasons behind it, again, going back to Philly personalities, I kind of knew that it could resolve itself pretty quickly.
I like the two rams in the wild, the two lions metaphor, because I think that they are both alphas or dominant female energies, and they both with the same type of, shenanigans if need be, but they're also both that have been through it enough to know when they have an opportunity in front of themselves. And I'm proud that they realized the greater good and seen the best out of each other. But also, it's one of those things where it's like it started from respect. It started from Chalk seeing herself in Rocky, right?
Mm-hmm.
She said, I was doing it first, but Rocky came out and was doing her thing, and then I reached out to her. She reached out to her because she saw a common ground. Her response was based on the fact that in this city, Dickie and being Joe, all of that, the way that y'all use it in people facing social media waves has been a thing in our city.
Right.
Somebody can literally take your humbleness and flip it on you, and now you have to defend the neighborhood. And I feel like she got put in that position where she put herself out there talking about Chop, and the response breakdown, we deal with artists all the time. Shit happens. But I don't know why it happened, and now we together, and I don't know how to approach that. So it comes out how it comes out, but I'm just glad that they was able to figure it out for now, and I'm excited to see, the future of this camaraderie, because they went from being at each other's throat to Rocky of all people saying, "We eating breakfast together, girl."
Mm-hmm.
Where it was almost like, I want to prove to you that I'm solid and I'm over it, and I'm also kind of like tell you what you're doing. A little bit, like I still gotta maintain my little bit of but I think they dope, man. I'm excited about this season, and shout out to all the women in the house, but we gonna talk about Philly.
Alright, bear with me 1 second. I'm going to try to fix this camera situation we got going on.
Also, Deb accomplished something that I never thought was possible, and she knew was damn near impossible. She literally told a bunch of future stars, superstars, whatever have you, to take all of the airs off. and that was everything from their hair, makeup, whatever have you, to the outfits, to the name. And what I think we saw happen in that house is something that we talk about all the time. When a name is taken away or when a persona is taken away, who are you? And I always make the argument that as many nicknames and whatever names I have, I've never named myself. And you saw the difference between the young ladies in that house whose names came organically, between the young ladies in that house who made up a persona and made up a name and made up an energy to stand on. And I just want people to be careful about what you position yourself as, and a name is one of those things that can make a big difference. That's all.
Facts.
Yeah, don't become a superhero if you're not. It's okay to be Morgan Stanley. Vince Staples is a god out here right now. I'm just saying.
All right, let's talk about some politics quick.
Oh. I'm joking, folks. I'm joking.
All right,
I
so
just had to get that off.
this week was the first presidential debate that is planned. There is a second one that was originally agreed to.
Yep.
This one had a interesting setup. So there was no audience in the room. The moderators did not interrupt. They just kept time. And the way that the process worked is they asked one of the candidates a question. They had 2 minutes to respond. Then the other candidate had 1 minute to rebut. Then the initial candidate would go back and have 1 more minute with a follow-up question. During the time that one candidate was speaking, the other candidate's mic was muted. I'm just going to start off by saying this was a very disappointing performance from Joe Biden. The entire point of this debate, from a lot of people's point of view, was to see if Joe Biden still is with it, is competent, isn't too old for the job. And unfortunately, in that question, he disappointed in all aspects. He was stuttering throughout the debate. He failed to maintain his thoughts on a couple of occasions. One was extremely notable, where he ultimately blurted out something about Medicare and teed up Trump for his next 5-minute topic. What did you think about Biden's performance?
The one time that was notable that he stumbled, just to add to what you were just saying, Trump had the perfect fucking rebuttal.
Right.
He said, I don't know what he just said. I don't think he knows what he just said. What you spoke to in the intro of this, which was great, by the way, was what a lot of people were looking to see was his cognitive behavior and his awareness and abilities against somebody that is as pressurizing, polarizing as a Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that we're skipping is the reason that people are watching a debate all of a sudden, where debates have been held between old men in this country forever, is because the 45, the Trump campaign, brought all of these things to light as something to look at. He set the floor for what you would expect. And then if that wasn't met, and he said it based on more information than we have, right? If that wasn't met, it would be looked at as a loss. And similar to what they do in a campaign all the time, when this campaign goes into new situations, they always say, well, if I lose, it's going to be because they did this. If I lose, it's going to be because they are this. If I lose, it's going to be because they are that. And then if they win, they say, well, you know, of course we won. So the debate actually got put in the trick bag from the gate. We weren't, the opposite side, as far as the Republican side or the Trump side, was telling people to worry more about if this old man is sharp than if this old man is truthful, honest, or on the right side of the topic. Is what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that happened. So I think the initial 2-3 questions of the debate, Biden looked like he wasn't there. He didn't know what was going on. And then later was the time where he stumbled and yeah. But I think one of the biggest misrepresentations and the biggest problem was the CNN anchors that were at the beginning of the show and after the show. They panicked on camera and started a debate and a conversation about replacing a candidate in a Democratic Party that's against a Republican candidate that is monumental and he's like Godzilla compared to somebody that's name's not already on the plate.
So let me unpack that part a little bit.
Please do, because that was weird, yo. The whole next day was spent trying to clean that up.
So one of the things that's weird about this presidential debate is that it's happening so early. Typically, presidential debates don't happen until after the candidates have been confirmed at the national conventions for their respective parties. However, this year, because it was very clear who the presumptive candidates would be,
no, it came to a sword measuring contest. They started calling each other out. That's why it happened so early.
They moved forward with a debate.
Right.
Because of that, yeah, you threw me all the way off.
My bad.
Because of that, after Joe's poor performance, a lot of the immediate reaction was, well, there might still be time. We could put somebody else up. But in reality, when you kind of go down that pathway a little further, and this is why I'm mad that CNN did what they did. When you go down that pathway a little further, the most obvious candidates are Kamala Harris, of course, who people believe wouldn't win in a general election against Trump, and maybe rightfully so, just because she is a black woman.
In general.
We haven't seen very much of her in the past couple of years. And people think that it might actually be better for Trump to run and then hand the presidency over to her to get her into office. Biden to run, hand the presidency over to her to get her into office. The other candidates who folks were thinking about and mentioning are all mostly governors who are in the middle of their terms. So for them to even consider a presidential candidacy at this point would be a huge 180. There would have to be referential elections for their governorships.
There would have to be the possibility for advancement whether they won or not.
Right. So it's just really not realistic. So for CNN to have the reaction that they did immediately after the debate
on a mixed panel
where they showed such panic and implied that the Democratic Party in general was in a state of panic is insane. I think that...
And basing it off of tweets.
Yes, I think that they saw some tweets and it was what it was. Like, I'm not trying to cape and say that it was a good performance or anything. Like, it was a terrible performance for Joe Biden.
Plenty of palm and face moments. Plenty of these.
But at the end of the day, there is no realistic conversation about facing at this point. He is our Democratic candidate. Realistically, this is a Biden versus Trump election. So you gotta pick a side or choose not to vote.
And by panicking, you just give people that only look at the surface things, only look at the highlights, something to cling on to and further the conversation based on ignorance. So you have a side of people that are trying to do things based on what their belief in this country is, and then you have a side of people that follow based on their ignorance and how ignorant the person that leads them is being. So when you start giving them narratives, it just adds to another excuse for them to make to be on the side of ignorance and still fighting for a $1,500 check that they got 5 years ago. My bad.
I do want to touch a little bit on the Trump performance, because I do think it's worth talking about. Although it was a lot of what we're used to from
45 Trump. Nigga, you a 69 god.
A lot of lies, a lot of
45 bitch, you a 69 god.
Changing the topic of conversation, which unfortunately Joe Biden fell for on numerous occasions.
Never fucked your wife since the trial she been hiding.
And one of the most notable quotes on Trump's side from the debate, whereas when they were talking about immigration in relationship to the economy, and basically saying that people are taking away black jobs and Hispanic jobs, which then led to some great conversations about what are black jobs. But yeah, that overall, I wasn't impressed with Trump's performance either. He was mostly just bad-mouthing Biden's presidency, saying that he was the worst without really providing much documentation as to why. And he wasn't really giving very many details as to how he would make things better.
But isn't that where Biden wound up on the losing side of the debate? Biden stumbled over trying to recall facts and specifics. And the 45-69 God Bull was rebutting the same 3 points that were non-factual and just trying to throw misdirection into the situation. And one thing that analysts said before the debate was, it's hard to debate somebody that doesn't care about facts and that'll lie at any juncture. And what you realize is, when you look at the number of lies that he told during the debate talking about the 45 guy, and then you break down 2 minutes by 1 minute, so you break everything down into 3 or 4 minute intervals, he literally lied every time he had opportunity to. But Biden came out looking like he didn't hold his end of the bargain down, because he was trying to recall multiple statistics and facts while dealing with somebody that was throwing him off cue by saying things that he was like, there's no way that you would say this knowing that we already have the proof that that's not true. I thought you would say something that we couldn't disprove.
Yeah.
No?
No, I mean, you're right. I think all in all, it was just a mess. I think Biden's strategy was completely wrong. I think, in going along your point, recalling facts and statistics, it's not where this needs to be at this point.
How about it, though? Even if you look at what the conversation was the next day, right? And I'm sorry, but this, I seen it. They all said, right after the debate, he went somewhere public, right? And he was talking to the people. And he was coherent. And he was cracking jokes. And there was no slip-ups, right? Nobody has a mishap in that interaction, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next morning, he went on the debate trail and responded to everything that happened the night before in good form, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are situations where he's not being challenged by somebody that's making him recall specific statistics to something that they don't even give a fuck about. I think that's the difference. I think that's what people are overlooking. Like, I have an agenda, I study certain things, and you're saying things as a response that I wouldn't imagine you saying, and now I'm trying to recount specifics.
Right.
As somebody that knows more about what's going on than everybody else that's accountable in this country. Besides probably 2 people. Right? I just think that it's fair to say. My bad.
No, I agree.
I think something else that's interesting from the debate, typically there's a couple of measures as far as who, quote unquote, wins a debate. So obviously they have polling rooms where they have middle of the road voters who they poll before and after the debate to get their viewpoint, see where things shook out, how things have changed. But in addition to that, another fun fact that you can look up are fundraising statistics based off of debate night. So Biden ended up raising $14 million the day of and the morning after the debate. And Trump raised $8 million on the same time.
I think that's abnormal. Trump usually outraises you even when he's wrong.
Yeah, so I did think that it was interesting that despite Joe's performance, he did end up doing pretty well in terms of fundraising right around that. Maybe that was out of pity or, you know, a hope and a prayer. But you know, I thought that was an interesting little tidbit on top of it.
Can I say something?
Yes.
It is my show. You Trump supporters in my comments, salute to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Ride for whatever y'all want to ride for. Two things. One, I'm not the enemy. Two, find a better argument. Y'all are regurgitating nonsense that lets me know where you stand as a human being and what your understanding is of something that you choose to commit or promote so much ruckus towards. You don't know anything. You don't care about anything that I care about. But keep commenting, but I'm not responding to y'all. I always say I'm responding to people that I see that have things that keep the ball rolling or that's entertaining. Y'all not that. Y'all saying the same corny things. Y'all need ghostwriters. Get your weight up. It's not funny, it's not humorous, and it's not true. That's all I'm saying. Somebody at least take the time to explain something that'll make me want to debate you. Because y'all don't want to debate anybody. Y'all damn near bad as the Drake crowd, if not worse. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
All right. Where do you want to go next?
And shout out to Kravitz. Talk about you want to go viral and have an episode. Bro, you have many episodes you could have been here. And if you got this far in the episode, I appreciate you. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the share, and comment. But you could have been here.
Let's go to Kai.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go to what's the name page too while we do this. Am I introducing this to you?
You are.
Oh shit, my phone just started jumping as soon as I touched it. I think it was sleep, okay?
Oh no.
You know how you go to click on something and you can't because everything start popping up. You're like, oh shit, oh, that's not what I was trying to do. Hold up.
Well, hold on one second. Our switcher is coming in and out. So bear with us for a technical change.
What's going on?
Our camera keeps going in and out, so
Okay.
we're still on audio.
Yeah, we still here. I'm actually going to the homegirl page because it's part of the reason. And Kai is so popping and does so many things to entertain me. Now he's on my radar that we seem to talk about Kai a lot.
We back.
But this was one of them situations where I saw that AMP was doing another Scared Straight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, them Jones be popping. So I'm going to watch one of them Jones. You know what I'm saying? It's part of my weekend. And I sat down and I watched it. And somebody that I actually met a while ago through my little cousin, shout out to Shira, she told me about an event and told me I should perform. And this young lady was actually the host of the event. And her name is Fee Johnson. But we was talking about Kai Cenat stream when we went off. We was talking about shout out to Simone Biles officially qualifying for the Olympics. We was talking about The Scared Straight AMP stream actually, and I saw a homegirl on there, and I was really excited because, like I was saying, this is somebody that I already saw grinding in the city. I met her because my cousin told me to come and perform somewhere, and she was hosting, and she showed me mad love. And I think she performed that night, if I'm not mistaken. Either she performed that night or she killed it on the hosting side of things, but I knew that she had a good personality and energy when I left there. And since then, she's been doing a lot of acting. She's in quite a few things. But she was on the Kai Cenat AMP, I should say, Scared Straight stream. And her name is Fee Johnson. Her Instagram is Just Fee Johnson, JUSFEE Johnson. And I was watching it, and if you know anything about Fee, if you ever met Fee, Fee has a hell of a story. She's been through a lot in life, and she was giving that energy up in them scenes. It's a 30-minute joint, 30-minute plus joint, and every time there's a part where she's involved, Fee is feeing. And I had a great time watching this Philly Queen, somebody that put work in and has done a lot even to help others get light. Like I said, she hosted me on the stage. To see her hold it down and be one of the viral people out of the situations that are meant to be viral was amazing. Also, if you look at this picture, shout out to Marcellus Wallace. I watch a lot of Cell's content. This is the thumbnail that is on the More Cell page when he did his reaction video to the AMP content, which he does all the time. I think I found out about AMP through Cell. But this is his thumbnail. And guess who's on the thumbnail?
Heavy.
Fee. That's Fee. And you know why she's on the thumbnail? Because he watched the video and was like, this one, she different. So let me do this for Fee real quick.
You can't.
I can't. Well, let me do this.
Oh, they can hear it. We just can't.
Alright, cool. And I reached out. I ain't gonna lie, I reached out. I didn't reach out and tell her to come on the platform, but I gave her the you killed that shit salute type of DM. Cause I ain't seen Fee in a while, but I've definitely been following her moves on social media, and this is somebody that has really flipped her life into doing the most positive things that she can. And when you have people that are creative and intelligent and energetic, it can go positive or negative, and she's using it for the positive, and she's all of those things. So I just thought that was fly. Kay, can you attest to the fact the whole time I was just excited
Yes.
that it was Fee?
You were so excited. You were I was in the other room.
He was like, who is this person? I'm like, no, that's the homie. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not that close to her, but she's never mistreated me. And I've been around her in multiple instances of, like, you know, every way you could be with somebody except for drama.
Absolutely.
So salute to her, man.
That's what's up.
Congratulations, man. I know somebody saw that and was like, I need that. And then she gonna fucking bust a verse out and get a hit record. Watch what he do.
I'm mad that's when the stream cut out.
It's all good. I think I did a good job of bringing us back full circle.
Yeah, you did.
So I still gave Fee her love because this industry ain't easy, man. And she been running around. Like, I believe she's been in Atlanta for a while, if I'm not mistaken. So she's getting it done. And she's probably in about 5 Tubi movies and some more shit. Like, Fee working, yo. Salute. Where you at now?
It's up to you. Last topic.
You want to talk about the gymnastics?
We could talk about gymnastics.
Or you want to talk about the Diddy?
That's up to you.
Go ahead to the gymnastics.
Alright.
Let's talk about some positivity.
I like that.
And I just dropped the thing early, a couple minutes ago. So that's cool.
Alright. So, over the weekend was the U.S. Olympic gymnastic trials, where obviously the women were on Friday and Sunday. The men were on Thursday and Saturday. Nobody really cares about the men, so let's just skip to the women.
Always.
Who watches men's gymnastics anyway?
Not me.
So, the women
Won't put that on me.
Simone Biles, of course, we
The
were
legend.
very excited to see her. She did end up placing first overall in the Olympic trials, which guaranteed her a spot on the Olympic team. However, the rest of the selection was also made during the trial process, and the 5 showing on the screen are the 5 that will be selected
Fire.
as the women's gymnastics team. So we have Simone Biles, of course, Suni, Jordan Childs, Jade Carey, and Hensley Rivera.
She's doing this off memory by looking at the picture, by the way.
I am.
That's crazy. Good job.
That's why I forgot Suni's last name. But Suni, Simone Biles, and Jordan Childs have all been to the Olympics before, as well as Jade Carey. Jade Carey, I believe, ended up placing first in floor back at the last Olympics. But of course, the rest of them are coming off of a very disappointing silver place overall finish, which they are hoping to rectify and bring home the gold this year. After watching the Olympic trials myself, I'm very excited about this team, but at the same time, they also showed that they have a lot of nerves going into this situation. So at the Olympic trials themselves, there were 2 injuries as far as
Yeah, it was.
2 of the more likely folks to be a part of this team, which is how Hensley, who is a name who we haven't really heard before, did end up making the squad. Which, watching Hensley, while she is very young, she does show a lot of promise, and I think that she will end up doing well. But it does go to say that this isn't necessarily the squad that we predicted that we would end up with. On top of that, despite the fact that Simone did end up winning the trials, she didn't necessarily have a flawless round, which none of them really did, which does give us worry as to whether they will perform when it comes to the Olympics. On the other hand, nothing egregious happened, just a couple of small errors and mistakes for each of them in various different stages of the competition. So, with that, what are your thoughts going into the Olympics?
2 things that stuck out that I'm remembering what I watched while you talking. First thing is, Simone is so ahead of everybody when she makes a mistake that it doesn't count. Like, I don't think people understand the level of what she does. That, like, she literally came off of the beam, and it was like, it's all right. She's still gonna get the highest score in the category. Like, she came and she had to reset. My second thought is, you mentioned all of the things about defending and coming back off of a silver. You mentioned all the things about the nerves.
Mm-hmm.
But in Simone, I trust. Any team with Simone in it, like, that's what we've been missing. Like, Simone is LeBron. Like, she the one.
I would agree. One of the high points of the trials for me was just seeing all of the camaraderie between this team in particular. Like,
Absolutely.
a lot of them trained together down in Texas outside of the Olympics.
And possibly had the same traumas, but whatever.
So it's nice to see them support each other every time that they come off of, the
But
floor.
I think that comes from leadership. I think when you have a Simone Biles on your team, the team carries it how she carries it. So if she's humble enough to support those young ladies, then they're going to adapt to that energy, right? Because who the hell are we? You might be on your way to being, but Simone is that. My bad. I'm a groupie.
No, you're good. I didn't have anything else.
Yeah, never seen nothing like Simone. So salute those young ladies. Congratulations, for sure.
Absolutely.
It's an opportunity to represent the country. which is always multifaceted when it's America, because you might be a representative of the country that won't get a fair shake from the country. But make the most out of it. Get the endorsements. Prevail at the level that is your maximum, and come home proud of your input and what you did and where you landed in the books, regardless, because you know it gave it the maximum effort. That's all we expect, man.
That part.
We talk about these medals and all of that, but we ain't you know, nobody's supposed to win everything. But I think that we're definitely going in there with just as good a shot as anybody. So do your thing, man. Kill shit and come home. That part in that order. That's what I believe.
And on that note.
Okay.
Yep.
On that note, what?
You can get with me for all your LLC and trademark needs at Font Philly on the gram, Font Productions in the email. That's PHANT productions@gmail.com, or PHANTPHYILLY on the gram. Whew, it's been a long stream.
Yeah, Font Philly. But no, shout out to Kay for doing what she do all the time. Like, that's what she do, and she is appreciated. See, she's exhausted. Shout out to C Cash for coming through. Let us know what y'all think of the new graphic. We added them to the graphic. Shout out to Kay for that. I was surprised and Cash was elated. Also shout out to Bass for coming through and giving us good energy and good bars and just being a genuinely decent dude. Like, I had a great time tonight. Had a ball. Y'all let us know what y'all thought. Y'all let us know what y'all think. Y'all let us know what y'all want us to talk about. But 9 times out of 10, if it happened tomorrow, we ain't gonna talk about it next Monday.
That part.
Just the nature of the beast. But anything outside of that or whatever feedback, we do appreciate whatever y'all done so far. We do appreciate the numbers are growing, and we just need y'all to help us grow. So if you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, share. Let somebody know that there was some fly shit there. And the clips are going to drop as usual, as we always do. And I'm out of here, man. Should I hit the buttons or not? They can hear it?
They can hear it.
Sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
This is Sippin' with Sammy. I am Mr. Fly Shit, only the one and only Sippin' with Sammy. Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammy, you ain't sippin' right.
Thursdays,
Please get your fucking life
4
together.
PM.
Move the fuck
Every
out.
Thursday,
Get out of our
4
fucking
p.m.
city.
Every
you ain't
Monday,
even
7
fucking born
p.m.
here.
live stream.
Tired of you motherfuckers.
TikTok, YouTube, all that. We out.